Okay, and we're live. Good. Hi everyone, Cendril here. The few of you that are here, welcome to Toukiden 2. Now I'm probably saying that wrong. Toukiden 2. I'm really bad with names. I apologize. I've not heard it said, so I don't know how it's pronounced. Anyway, this is a super fun game. I played Toukiden Kiwami a few times on stream. Those of you that caught that. If you don't know what this game is, it is Monster Hunter meets demons. So you'll see a lot of Monster Hunter type mechanics if you know that game. If you don't know Monster Hunter, basically you fight really big monsters. In this game we'll be fighting demons, from small to extremely large, and you gather materials from them to make better gear to face even bigger and stronger demons. Now, this game does have a story mode, and that is what I'm going to be playing through. The multiplayer and stories are separate, but your character, you play the same character and you keep the gear or whatever, but you can only do the story single player, which is sad. But with multiplayer, you can play with friends and fight different demons to gather materials. I thoroughly enjoyed the first game, and so far I am extremely enjoying this one as well. So I've made a character, just basic character. I didn't really go into a lot of the making the character. I guess I could show that off. I just did Sin. I have a character that I'm already playing. I guess I can name this Cendril as well, because I choose a save spot, and this will be the bottom one. But gender, there's a bunch of different hairstyles. In fact, there is 73 different hairstyles for you to choose from. Color, you can have it color however you want. You can change the profile of the face and everything. I don't put a lot of time into like how the characters look, to be honest. I don't know Yokai Cleverstone, so I can't say. But this is like Monster Hunter, if you know Monster Hunter. So I mean, you can change everything, but this is just a very, I just kind of went with a lot of the defaults. Put on a beard, mustache, and change the hair. That's usually what I do. Some of my friends can spend like literally hours crafting a character. I've never really been into that. So just a basic character here. This looks almost like the other character I had. I think that some things are different. The character that I've been playing on my own. So there are a bunch of different weapons to choose from. We're going to choose a starting weapon, and then you can make all the weapons in the game. You can change to them, and there's training for each one, so you can find out really which weapon is for you. But all this, we're going to start at the beginning. I'm going to start at the beginning so all of you can see the story, and hopefully you all enjoy, because this is a lot of fun. So there is a sword, which says well-balanced, easy-to-use weapon. I don't think it's that easy to use. But it is a well-balanced weapon, as it says. There are knives, which don't do as much damage. Now, I say knives. All weapons are going to be really big because they're used to fight these demons. So all the weapons are really big. Just kind of like in Monster Hunter, weapons are larger than normal weapons. So there's that. So, quote, knives, unquote, they're more like short swords. Are very fast. You don't do as much damage with each swing, but the swings are really fast. There is a spear, which gives you some reach with your attacks. Quite a bit of dashing around, things like that. There are gauntlets, if you want to go punchies. Gauntlets don't have a lot of moves, but they swing hard, and you can combo with the gauntlets, but they're, like I said, powerful, heavy strikes. I choose presets and change it around to my liking. I select a preset and change slider values, usually by 2 ticks. Okay, Neko and Cleverstone, respectively. Yeah, I tried to do the same thing, but I already made a character, and I just wanted to make a character for this, just like a real quick character. It's almost the same. I tried to remember the same things I set for the first time I made a character. Chain and sickle. You can have close range attacks with the sickle, and then you can use the chain for more medium range attacks, because you'll swing the chain out. So, Kasurigama. There's a bow. Weapon allows for long range attacks. The bow is kunai and chain. You can it has some homing attacks, things like that. Club. Blunt weapon allows attacks from range. The club is an interesting weapon. It does the most damage if you hit with the tip of the club. I know that sounds weird, but that's how it is. So, if you hit with the top part of the club, you get the most damage than just hitting with the middle part. So you have to be, if you want most damage out of the club, you have to be a little more precise than you think, which is interesting. The club really slow attacks, but you can charge a lot of them up for really heavy damage. There's a Naginata, which is a type of spear, but this one is more slash because of the curved, and it's balanced. It's a balanced weapon. It's got a lot of it's got some aerial moves to them. You could whap people with the bow. There is a rifle. The rifle is interesting because there's many different ammunition types. Every rifle will have 3 different ammo types, and every ammo type plays differently. There's a sword and shield, which is what I've been using. This is a new weapon. This weapon and the next weapon are new to this game. All the other ones from the rifle back were in the first game. The sword and shield is new. You can block with the shield. And the shield also has a blade in it. There are 2 different stances for the sword and shield. You, as a defensive stance, in the defensive stance, you can go into block. You can block attacks. And then it has an offensive stance where a blade comes out of the shield, and you attack with the shield and the sword. It's really cool. Makes sense with the club. Speed is highest at the tip, and therefore it is where the impact has the most force. Oh, there you go. And there is a chain whip, which one of my friends has enjoyed using. We've been playing a little bit. Dr. Whovian, some of you know. The chain whip has quite a bit of combos to them. You also get to throw kunai with the chain whip, and then you can make them explode. It's really cool. But it has some medium range. You can really get some range with the whip, of course, because it's a whip. It also has some aerial attacks, which are really good. Again, yes, he played Resident Evil 6 with me, exactly. There are weapons for every playstyle. If you want long range, there's a rifle, there's a bow. If you want slow, powerful attacks, there's gauntlets, there's clubs. If you want really fast attacks, there's the knives. The chain sickle, I think, can be kind of fast. It can be pretty fast. If you want a balanced weapon, you can take the sword, you can take the Naginata. Now, if you want something defensive, the gauntlets have a defensive block. The sword and shield is here. any and every playstyle, whatever you would like, you can use here. I'm gonna take the standard sword to show you because it's balanced and you can kind of see how it plays. And then we'll go with different weapons so I can show them off. And I'll let you, chat, decide which weapons you want to see more in detail. Hi Swift, welcome to the stream. So we'll start with the sword. I don't think I need to change anything. Yep, subtitles are already on. I think the sound will work. I'll turn down sound effects a little bit because they usually need to be turned down a bit. Okay. Turn on the network features. Yes, begin the game with this character. And I'm going to save him down here. See, here's the file I have been playing. But we're going to start at the beginning. And we're going to save in this bottom save file. I wanted to go back. Change the name just to Sen so I don't get them confused. Oh well. And so you all can see the see the story. We're gonna start at the beginning.
その夜、世界は暗闇に閉ざされた。
来たぞ、左舷。撃て、撃て。
戦域にいるすべての者の符に通達する。これよりこの地に第一次防衛線を築く。港に侵攻するすべての敵を排除し、鬼の存在は世に知れた。もはや我らが身を隠す理由はない。人目を気にせず鬼を撃て。
了解。
Yes, I get a really cool entrance.
国務隊に通達。現時刻をもって横浜防衛作戦を発動する。市外の鬼を排除し、防衛線を押し上げろ。人の世は滅びの淵にある。
let the
救え
elephant
るの
easy.
はお前たちモノノフだけだ。
Now it's all in Japanese. There's no way to change that.
無駄死に
So
は
read the
許さん。
subtitles.
一匹でも多く鬼を撃て。
You know,
本部より特務隊千里眼による索敵を
Especially
開
use
始
HQ. Initiate search using the Eye of Truth. So,
ガイドに多数のガ
we
キを確
are,
認殲滅し進路を
I
確
am,
保せよ
and you all in chat watching, are Slayers. Slayer is the Slayers are a not so secret anymore organization that help keep the Oni in line. They fought the Oni for a while. For, you could say, like hundreds of years. But now the Oni have really charged into the everyday life of, in this place, Japanese people. So there's no reason to hide in the shadows anymore. We just come out and start slaying demons. And we're part of an elite unit of slayers. So the best of the best. This acts as your tutorial stage. Here. Square is a light attack for the sword. Everything's gonna work differently, but every weapon will work. Some weapons work differently. Square is just a basic slash. Light. Triangle are heavy slashes. And the special move of the sword is to cut an enemy, press circle again, and you get the cool like After Effects slash.
鬼払いで片付けろ
Yep, it is, Maze. So what the tutorial is talking about now is you hold down R1 for the ritual purification. This is basically like looting the demon. You get money, materials that way. This will be important for bigger demons though,
ガキの殲滅を確認
as you will see a little
そ
later.
のまま港まで制圧せよ
So see, you purify them and then they go away, basically sending their souls back
獣
to the demon.
あんたら一体あの化け物は誰でもいい
If you hold down circle
戸様の兵士か
for the sword, you do a powerful slash.
進行方向に新手の出現を認むガキとは違って手強い警戒せよ玉振りの使用を推奨御霊
Recommend
の
the use of
力を
skills.
借
Here
り
is a
て鬼を
bigger
撃て
demon. This one counts as medium-sized, you could
V
say.
破壊しなければ致命傷
So
は
stronger
与えられ
than
ない
just the basic
一手に
imps we were
集中
facing.
攻撃し
It was
て
just
V
basic.
破壊せよ
X rolls out. X is your name. Up at the top is the health bar, and there is a stamina bar, you could say. I believe it's P, something like that. Admit it, you're collecting them to create Magitech troopers. I wish they could help me. So while you're in the ritual purification, if you look at the bottom right of the screen, there you go. Now I'm stunned. There are moves you get. Those can be changed. There's a lot of customization in this game. Still doing my talk. Okay. You can see the different skills there that we have with this. They're called Matama. More on that later. But this is an attack one. So we have Might, which increases attack. Leech, which will steal health with every swing while it's active. Circle, which makes all of our strikes precision strikes, which are critical hits. So every single hit will be a critical hit. And X recovers health. They will all have health, you'll see. They'll all have recovery. But the other three will be different. The number by the skill that you see there is how many times you can use it before, like during a mission. When you go back to town later on, they'll be restored. But that's how many times you can use it in the mission. So we're going to go ahead and put increase attack and steal health on them. You can see that they have a little circle around them now that's going down. That is how long they last. all of your stamina to do that with the sword, but it's a very powerful move. That attacks annoying. This demon is called an ogre. There we go.
見事な戦果だ。
敵の撃破を確認。見事だった。
The game audio is a bit loud.
緊急
Okay?
通達。象の鼻付近、強大な鬼が出現した。対象を神羅号と呼称する。総力を挙げてこれを排除しろ。
Or do I need to turn it down more? I don't know how much each tick is
象
going
の
to
鼻
help.
に急行せよ。
Let me know after the adjustment. 'Cause I can turn it back down. I can turn it down. Obviously, you all can see that. Turn down the sound effects a bit more too. Better, okay. The cutscenes will be loud, but I won't be talking during them anyway.
全隊員援護
This
せよ。
is a brute beast.
間もなく味方が到着する。それまで持ちこたえよ。
You see, this is a large Oni. These are boss Oni. They're bigger.
V 破壊して敵の本体を引きずり出せ。鬼
And they
チームの
hurt
使
a
用を
lot.
推奨。一気に敵部位を破壊し攻勢をかける。
We will now learn about the Destroyer command. Next to my name, the health bar and all of that, you see the sword icon. That sword icon's not just for show. Once it's blinking like that, you can use what's called a Destroyer move.
V 破壊を確
It will
認。
instantly
集中攻撃を
knock
か
off
ける。
one of the limbs of the Oni. It destroys a body part. Once you destroy a body part, you need to purify it and send it away. Now, they'll still have a shadow version of that, but you can do more damage to that version. Oh, and it leaves. But if you don't purify it, it will get it
消
back.
失を確認。逃げた。
And that's not good, because then you have to break it all over again.
どうした？何が？
More on all that later. Is a Matama like their soul? Because they remind me of Blue Seed. I don't know Blue Seed. But the Matama are actually souls of heroes. And it's cool because they take like actual historical figures from like Japanese lore throughout the ages. Some were real people and then just through like war or whatever they got to become legendary. Or like folklore was made of them, things like that. These are people or folklore characters of Japan, and it's them. So each one will be a either folklore character or an actual historical figure. Every Slayer has a Matama. You get one. And it changes how you fight, and they all have, different personalities. So this guy's Grand General Kuyo. When did you come to the front line? I come where and what I please, because he's Grand General. What are the brute beasts? And you can, you have like options of how you want to talk. Explain what happened. Yep, it just vanished. Which is weird, because they don't do that. I should read these. Stay on guard. He may yet appear again. In any case, the port is ours. Well done, everyone. Use this as our base and fight these Oni to the last. Telepath, what are our allies doing? So these telepaths
小田原から北上中。
act as like coordinators. So the main force from the Holy Mount is headed north from Odawara. The Holy Mount is the home base, the Slayer HQ, basically.
間もなく横浜に到着す
They
る
should
と思わ
arrive
れ
any
ま
moment.
よし
Kyo looks evil. Yeah, I don't like the way he looks either. Good. We must defend this place with our lives until they reach us.
全員準備はいい
You
な
ready for this? Not so much tacticians. They're more like I said, like coordinators. What's the word I'm looking for? Like radio operators, you could say. They keep everybody in touch with everybody. And they can give information, but they give information on what's going on. They keep you up to date. You all ready for this? What about the civilians?
救える命は救え
Save as many as we
今は
can.
それが
It's
精一
all we
杯
can
だ
do for now.
北の地はすでに落
North
ち
has
た
already fallen.
こ
We
こで
must stop
奴ら
them
の
proceeding
南下を
south
食い
from
止め
here.
る
Yeah, a communication officer.
たとえどんな犠牲
No
を
matter the
払
cost,
っても
we must hold them.
なんだあれは
What is that thing? What is what thing? That doesn't look great. Why do I have the worst luck? That was me, by the way, being sucked up into the sky. Not great.
Huh? なんだこいつ。おい博士、妙なやつが倒れてるぜ。
帰るぞ。そいつはお前がおぶってやれ。
俺かよ。たく、面倒ごとばっか押し付けやがって。
Hey, Claw, and welcome, Toukiden 2. T-Man is not happy. No, you've got it right, Neko. It kind of did look like that, right? Neko, you know your stuff. You're gonna get some. You're gonna get more out of this than a lot of people. Like I played I've played a lot of Samurai Warrior games and things like that. That go into some Japanese folklore. So, you get more. A bit strange trying to watch a game with Japanese VA. That's why the I don't think there's. I'm almost positive there's no English VA for this. Yeah, there's no English voice acting. So we lost our cool gear. Here's the basic standard Slayer gear. The Slayers are also known as demons that hunt demons, which is why there's the demon horns on the helmet. Slayer HQ. We get this bonus stuff that's from transferring the first game over. Or this for the demo. You were collapsed in the road from the professor. You were collapsed in the road, so I carried you this far. You're free to leave. If you want to hear more, though, come to my lab. I leave the choice to you. Well, guess where we're going. Inside here, there's equipment. The number next to a weapon or piece of armor denotes its class, max of 9. Some equipment may eventually surpass higher class items after multiple fortifications. So the standard stuff doesn't, is... You see, Slayer Helm 1. That's the one by the helmet. Lightweight helmet presented to all new Slayers. The horns symbolize that a Slayer is considered a, quote, demon who slays demons. I already went over that. But this is the basic equipment. Every defensive item will have a defensive stat. That's just pure defense. An Aegis stat. If you ever played a fighting game when you get hurt and part of your bar goes red, your health bar goes red, and it refills over time if you don't get hit again, same thing here. The Aegis stat will determine how fast you get that red HP back. And then you have elemental resistances. Light, wind, fire, water, earth, from top to bottom. Certain enemies will use certain elemental effects. Can. So if you're fighting something that's fire, having more fire defense will help a lot. And then how much it sells for. The currency is called Haku, but that is your money in this game. And you see every single piece of your outfit will have different things. So 40 defense, the chest piece, you have 4 different armor, you have helmet, chest piece, gloves, and leggings. And we have our standard longsword. Beginner's weapon, easy to use, but lacking in beauty or power. Has 174 attack and 9 dexterity. Dexterity, the more dexterity the weapon has, the higher chance you have of doing critical hits. So think of it as crit chance. Okay. And like I said, you start with 1 of every weapon. You start with the basic of every weapon. See? So I can switch and show off different weapons. And they all have descriptions and things, which are really cool. If you don't like the headgear, you can have the headgear invisible. If you're just a person that doesn't like their headgear being shown. Just show that. You can change your appearance, parts of it, at any time. Like hair, accessories. You can't change the voice or anything like that, but you can change how you physically look. We're going to Maharoba Village. That's how it's pronounced. They say it several times. Welcome to the village. This will be our home base, basically. Exclamation points are how you continue with your story, how you continue the storyline. There is a blacksmith. You can create weapons using the material that you get from Oni or find out on the field. You can fortify weapons, which will take materials and give it a +1. Like I saw some D&D talk in chat earlier. It's like that. It'll become a +1 weapon, +2 weapon, so on and so forth, and its stats will get better. The last command, Reforge, is you can change a weapon into an entirely different one. Usually it upgrades it. Not always. Sometimes it just gives it a different element. But you can change a weapon into a completely different weapon. Sometimes into a completely higher class weapon, which is really fun. To seeing, oh man, this weapon changes into this, and that's cool. And you can do the same thing for armor. You create armor, you fortify armor, and you reforge armor. So basically it's telling you need money and materials. The really cool thing about this game is that you don't have to guess what drops the materials. See whatever it is you want, click the square button, and it will tell you what enemy can give you that item. slay and purify a blazing soul. And then you have an encyclopedia that tells you, after you've beaten an enemy, its name and what it's weak to and everything. So there you go. That way you can go out and find what you need. And iron ore, find on the battlefield, it's just out. It's just out there for you to pick up. So you just basically travel outside the village to find iron ore. So we have the longsword. The steel bite has less attack, but more dexterity, so more criticals. Again, just further showing how do you want to play. Do you want to focus more on critical hits, or do you want to focus more on pure damage? Even within the weapons, there are variety. Of course, we don't have any material. And the same thing for armor, you can make a bunch of different armor. You can have armor that focuses on elemental defense. You can have armor that focuses on, when you get hit, getting that red portion of your bar back on the Aegis stat. You can have armor that focuses strictly on defense, but not so much elemental defense. So, different styles. Here's the shop. Has materials you can buy. The rarer the material, the harder it is to obtain, and the more expensive it is. Here you can buy food. More on that in a little bit, but food's expensive. Everything in this game is expensive. He can sell weapons, but he sells just the basic stuff. And armor. So here's the simple, what we started with, the Slayer's leggings. They also have these ceremonial tunics. So you can see this, the elements are changed on it. The defense and Aegis are the same, but it has different elemental defenses. Arigato. Hi.
おや、あなた様は。失礼。あまりお見かけしないお方でしたので。本日はどちらから？
Where did you come from? We came from Yokohama.
横浜？
Which is true.
随分と遠い地でございます。
I have no clue where we are now.
ここはまほろばの里。
Now we know.
横浜から遠い西の果て。
So apparently, we got teleported far, far to the west.
長い長い旅をして来られたとお見受けします。
Long and difficult. Wasn't too much difficult. I mean, the landing really hurt, but
見ての通り、
wasn't long.
ここは茶屋。旅の疲れを癒していかれると良いでしょう。私はクオン。この地で御霊の巫女を務めています。どうぞお見知りおきください。
I'm happy to meet you too.
よう目覚めたか。体の調子はどうだ。
A doll? Who are you?
しがない研究助手ってとこだ。
Just a humble research assistant. More with Kuon later and the services that she provides at her tea house there.
森に倒れてたのを俺様が運んでやったんだ。
They can be useful but take supplies. So this person, robot doll thing, is the one who carried us carried us here from the forest.
お前、名前は？
I'm Cendril.
俺は時継だ。よろしくな。
Nice to meet you.
博士がお前に用があるらしい。後
If
で
anyone
会い
wants
に
to
行って
talk
み
to you,
な。
drop by when you have a
丘の
moment.
上のへんてこな建物に住んでるやつだ。
Isn't that crazy house up on the hill?
お前を
She's a
解
great
放した。
doctor, though. She's the one who cared for you.
とっと
Yes,
壊れねえ
this
よう
little
に気を
thing.
つけろよ。
Just don't let her get her claws into you.
博士がお前に用があるらしい。
Thank you.
どうぞお見知りを。
Well, let's go meet this professor lady. Must have dragged us, huh? He doesn't seem thrilled with his boss. Well, why don't we meet her?
誰だ私の研究所に勝手に入るな
Why are you creeping into my private lab? I'm gonna do the voices because you can hear VA, it's just not in English, and then I'll just read the dialogue.
お前は
Jew. Thank you.
大したことはしてないさ
I can see you're the professor because it says professor. I mean, what?
動
didn't
き
do
回
much
れる
all
ような
told.
心配はないな
If you can move around, then there's nothing to worry about.
私は博士お前の名は
I am the professor. Who are you? I'm Cendril. Hi.
知らん名だなやはり里のものではないな
Cendril, never heard of you. Definitely not from this village. I am definitely not from this village.
お前は里の近くの森に倒れていた何か覚えているか
You were collapsed in the woods nearby. Do you remember anything? Nope. Other than,
横浜
yeah.
一体何の話だ
Yokohama? Sounds complicated then.
何か事情がありそうだな
There's something going on here.
詳しく話してみろ
Tell me more. Sure. I got sucked into the sky into this weird portal thing, and now I'm here.
横浜で鬼と戦っていたはずが気づいたらここにいたか
You were fighting Oni in Yokohama, and then before you knew it, you were here?
不可思議な話だな
That's a pretty strange story. Yes, but it's true.
他に覚えていることは
Don't you have anything else for me?
記憶がないのか
No. I can't remember
厄介
anything
だ
else.
な
No other memories. That's a pain. Yeah, literally, from the start of the game, that's where our memories start. I remember nothing else before that. Yeah, then there was this many-headed beast that opened up this wormhole portal thing. I was sucked in and then woke up here. Yep. You got it, Nick. Happens more often than you'd think, too. Really? All that happens more often than you
こ
think?
こはマホロバの里横浜からはるか西出雲の国近くにある
So, Professor says where we are?
直線距離で150里近いやすやすと移動できる距離じゃない
Even as the crow flies, it's a fair distance. Not one you can travel easily. Not any stranger than you walking through the woods with the wannabe Vivi. More on that here in a bit. Before we even face that hurdle,
横
however,
浜は10年前に放棄された
there's the issue that Yokohama was abandoned 10 years ago. No one lives there anymore. Well, that's not great. Yeah,
10
exclamation
年
point.
前の大曲時の戦だ鬼に食い破られ異界
It
に
was
沈
during
ん
the
だ
awakening 10 years ago. It was savaged by the Oni and sank into the other world. I was there. We were there. The awakening. But you're saying it was 10 years ago. That's not
も
good.
しお前が横浜で戦っていたとすればそれは
If you were truly fighting in Yokohama,
そいつの身元は分かったか
you identified our guest yet?
ようまた会ったな
Hey, we meet again. Hey, thanks again.
どうした二人ともしけた面してんな
What's wrong? Why the long faces?
どこぞのバカと違って悩み事が多くてな
Unlike a certain happy-go-lucky fool, some of us have real-world issues to worry about. Oh no, please tell me we aren't going full-on FF10 here. I can't take another Xanderkin.
なんだよずいぶん機嫌悪いじゃねえか
Hey, you're in a real bad mood, aren't you?
いやむしろ逆だ
No, you got it the wrong way around.
興味深い話を聞いていたところだ。研究に値す
I
るかも
just
しれん。
heard something totally fascinating. This is definitely worthy of further research. So, you kind of get the personality of the professor right there, a bit of her personality. No, I'm not freaked out or anything. This is fascinating. So, a true scientist, the professor is. No, probably just swallowed by the demon world and spat out 10 years after. Not even the demons could tolerate Cendril any longer. Yeah, I kept slaying them all.
どういうことだ？
Someone catch me up, please. But this is different from Xanarkin. I don't remember anything.
里の周辺は鬼の住む異界だからな。
That bell signals an Oni attack. This entire village is surrounded. You heard that bell. This entire village is surrounded by the other world, where the Oni live, which is bad.
心配するな。
So the bell rings a lot. No need to worry though. They can't get through while we have the barrier. So apparently this village has some cool
待
barrier.
て、どこへ行くつもりだ。
Oh, that. Where are you going?
そうか。お前は物の札だった
Of
な。
course, you're a slayer too. Do remember that.
鬼と戦うつもりか。心意気は買うが、丸腰で行くのはよせ。
You plan on fighting the Oni. Brave, perhaps, but reckless unarmed.
悪いがお前の装備品は処分した。ボロボロだったんでな。
Sorry, but I disposed of your gear. It wouldn't have done you much good anyway, the state it was in. But all the cool gear we had, it looked awesome. Yeah, apparently the fall and being shunted, you'll find out, just go ahead and spoil it, because those of you have already guessed it. Because all of you in chat have guessed it. We've been shunted 10 years into the future. Because we were there 10 years in the past, so we're 10 years in the future. And apparently our gear did not have fun doing that. Also the landing. Probably the landing more than anything.
代わりに新しい武器をやろう。
Let me fix you up with a new weapon at
私
least.
が開発した鬼の手と一緒に。
So she gives us the sword that we already have equipped. Pay no attention to that. You can have a demon hand too, a device of my own creation. This thing is really cool. And a new addition to this game from the first game. Aku.
鬼の手？なんだそりゃ。
Demon hand? What's that?
さっき完成した新型からくりだ。二人とも手を出せ。装
Probably
着
want to
して
start
やる。
singing Let's Do the Time Warp again. Thanks, Neko. A new machina. Yes, you heard that term right. It's machina. I just completed. Put out your hands, both of you, and I'll put it on for you. Sure.
まだ実験段階だが。何？天才である私が作ったのだから問題はない。
It's still in the experimental stage, but I made it, and I'm a genius. So I'm sure it will be fine. Thanks, Professor.
おいおい、嫌な予感しかしねえぞ。
Hold on. I've got a bad feeling about this.
あまり動くな。手元が狂う。
Stay still. You're messing me up.
本当に戦う気か？さっきまで倒れてたんだ。無茶はすんなよ。
You really plan on fighting, Cendril? You were laid up not so long ago. Don't push yourself too hard. Famous last advice. Machina. Okay, if Waka shows up, I'm out. Don't worry about
これ
that.
でいいだろう。
I'm not playing FF10 yet. That should do it, anyway.
よし。よく似合ってるな。
And you see that little gem on my left wrist now. That is the demon hand. Good. Yes, it looks good on you.
使い方は実地で教える。
I'll explain how to use it once we get into battle. Follow my instructions and you'll be fine.
と言っても初の実証試験だ。どうなるかわからんから臨機応変にな。
This is the first field test. More on the blue gem later. This is the first field test. Be prepared for anything.
お前、どさくさに紛れて俺たちを実験台にするつもりだな。
And Toki already has it figured out. I knew it! You're planning on exploiting this situation to test your latest invention. Using us! She is.
面白い冗談だな、時継ぐ。
Yeah, I don't know Blue Seed Neko, so I can't help you there.
ふざけんな。こんなもん無理やり外して。
No thanks. I'm gonna rip this off.
言っておくが、無理に外そうとするなよ。爆発するぞ。
Just a warning. Try to remove that by force and kaboom! It will explode. Thanks, Professor.
そんなもん人の手につけんじゃねえ。
In a small sense, she strapped a bomb to us.
いいから黙って私についてこい。
But don't worry about that. Just shut up and follow me.
行くぞ。鬼を撃つ。
Sure, we do have Oni to slay.
危ないから来るな。そういえば言っていなかったな。
What? It's too dangerous for us. Ah, of course. I should have told you this sooner, I
私た
guess.
ちももののふ。鬼を撃つ鬼だ。
Toki, I'm just gonna shorten his name. Toki and the professor are slayers as well, so they can handle their own. Close the gate! Haha. There's that barrier. And there's the demon hand. You get a nice close-up. And there's the demon hand. You saw the professor use it. Starting the demon hand test.
人の思念に呼応して想像を具現化する。それがからくり、鬼の手の力だ。
We are just outside the village. As you can see, the village is right there.
巨大な手を
Professor is explaining how it
を現
works.
実の世界に実体化させるんだ。
無茶言うな。
That's just ridiculous. But it works. Watch, I'll show you.
いいぞ。
See?
あっさり具現化の壁を越えたな。
Make a claw. This works as a grappling hook. It's really cool. It's really good in this game. I love the new mechanic. I love the new demon hand mechanic. It's really neat. You can grapple onto not just demons, but you can grapple onto trees and certain other things to give you a boost. And then you can do aerial attacks. Like so. You can also grapple onto a demon and swing when you get there. You hold it down, you can get an easier target. Yes, it targets. You can go where you want. You can also just go in the direction it is and just quick use it just by tapping. Or you can hold it down to target, which is probably the way you'll use it more. Seems to be something to the talk you fought in Yokohama. Basically saying, you got skill. Still looks like you got a lot to learn if you ask me. That takes care of the imps. Next comes something a little bigger. So the demon hand is Green Lantern's ring. Got it. I love how y'all are just... You have to compare it to everything. It's okay. It helps you understand. No. But yes, that's how it is. You will only be able to really use it as the claw, with a few exceptions. But that's how it is. You think about materializing a claw, and then a claw will appear. Now poor Sprite. Okay. I hate these guys. I do too. Can't help it, Cendril. It's fine. You're awesome, chat. Whatever helps you understand and keeps you engaged in this stream, I'm okay. because I really want to keep playing this.
助立ちします
But I can't if people aren't interested. Here's this cool lady. Benizuki. Professor, I'm here to help.
紅月か最高の助っ人だ
Benizuki, the perfect person at the perfect moment. Given how she described the demon hand, how the demon hand works, it should have almost limitless uses other than clawing yourself around. It should, Maze, but there are. Remember, it's still in the experimental stage, so there's a lot of problems with it. So basically, just the claw right now.
すまんな紅月だがいらん世話かもしれんぞ
It's Benizuki, but we might not even need you.
鬼の手の力は証明されたヒガの戦力差は圧倒的
The
だ
power of the demon hand is clear. We're completely overwhelming them. Man, you're ugly, Oni. Toei just looks too much like Vivi to me. I can't help it. Yeah, but his personality is way different than Vivi's. But just as awesome in my opinion. You'll see more later.
鬼の手
Demon hand?
その目で確かめろ
See for yourself.
一気に勝負を決めるぞ
Let's settle this quick. And Benizuki joins the
攻撃を集中して
And Ogre's weak point is its stomach. Focus your attacks and aim to break it. So there you go, you're learning something about the
そこを狙えば本体に直接打撃を
about
与
the
えら
ogre.
れる
Breaking Oni's body part will allow you to see its essence. Aim for that, and you can cause direct damage to the
いい動きですあなたは一
You fight well. Who are you?
破壊した部位に攻撃を集中しろ
Good. Now focus your attacks on the destroyed part. You can see we blew off part of its stomach. We're now going to learn a new. He's my favorite FF character. So much love for Vivi. We'll find out a little more about Benizuki here in a little bit. She is not to be trifled with. Just plot and storyline wise. Here's a new thing we can do with our claw. This is called the Oni throw. When the demon gets an aura around him, like a specific aura, you'll be able to tell. It's hard to describe it, but when you see it, you'll know. You can latch on just like you were pulling yourself toward them, and instead you'll pull them down, and it will it'll stun them. I kind of wish the enemies had life bars. Funny you should say that, Swift. More on that later. Yeah. Hi, Orange. Yay, I got in time.
それが鬼の手です
That aura right there. Grab and pull down, and it will stun them. It also stops the attack. It's extremely useful. How does this demon hand work? No, you tell me about that later. Concentrate on the battle for now. You would attack. Didn't get it. Now you're all the way over there. Oh, I finished him off with that.
皆さん
Yes.
お見事です
実証
We
実
get
験
a
終了
Matama.
二人ともご苦労実験成功だ
あ清臣は俺が撃つ
I will defeat all demons and devils.
素晴らしい成果だやはり私は天才だな
These results are even better than I hoped. I am a genius. This is empirical evidence.
どうだ二人とも鬼の手は優れものだろ
So you two, what do you think? The demon hand is something else, right?
びっくり人間にでもなった気分だぜどうなってんだこの装置は
I was so surprised I thought I might turn into a human. Just what is this device? How does it work?
原理はお前の体と同じだ。人の魂、思念を具現化して力に変える。
In principle, just like your body, it manifests the souls of people, their thoughts, and turns them into power.
もっとも、その力の根源が何なのかは私にもま
The
だ解
source
明
of
できて
that
いない
power, however, is something even I haven't completely worked out yet.
よくはわかりませんが、博士の研究の成果ということですね。
I don't really understand, but it's a product of your research, Professor? Is that it?
そういうことだ。
That's the short of it.
それより、お前、新たな御霊を
Moving on,
宿した。
Cendril. Looks like you obtained a new Matama?
どういうわけだ。
How is that possible? Because we still have our old Matama as well. Normally a person can only have one. So, just for all of you, I will ask the question, what's a Matama? So you all can now know.
御霊の記憶もないのか。モノノフの力の
So,
源。
Matama are the souls of heroes from the past, and the source of Slayer's power.
鬼に食われた英雄の魂。
One of our goals is to recover the Matama, the souls of heroes that have been eaten by Oni. So yes, the Oni will have eaten the souls of heroes to stop us from getting them. To stop humans, the human race, from getting them and basically powering themselves up. Instead, the Oni eat them and power themselves up, which is bad.
後でお前の体を調べさせろ。御霊を
Let me
複数
examine
に
you
宿せる
later.
理
I
屈
want
が
to
知
see
り
how
たい
you're capable of using multiple Matama at once. Because that's not normally a thing people can do. People normally can only have one.
心配するな。バラバラにしたりはせんさ。
Don't worry, I'm not going to take you apart. But at least I'll put you back together afterward. The guards are finally here.
博士、ご協力感謝します。
Alright, Cleverstone. It's alright. Thank you for your hard work, Professor.
実験のついでにやっただけのことだ。どうやら本格的な襲撃ではなかったらしい。
Saving the village was just a side effect of my experiment. It wasn't a full-on attack anyway.
ガキが数匹逃げていくのを見た。念のため、辺りを紹介しておくといいだろう。
You go, it's gonna be the worst pickup line ever. I saw some imps running away. It might be worth patrolling the
承
vicinity.
知しています。あとは我々にお任せください。
Very well, you could leave that
こ
to
ちらのお
us.
方はあまりお見かけしませんが。
One moment. Who are you? I don't think I've seen you before. I came from outside? Well, that's not completely true.
私の助手だ。東の里から手
True
伝
but
いに来
not
た。
true. Anyway. So long stories. We'll just let the professor handle it. This is my new assistant. They're here to help me. They're here to help me from a village in the east. Thanks, Professor.
そうでしたか。それは遠路ご苦労様です。
I see. That must have been a long journey.
では、我々は任務がありますので。
We have our duties anyway. Thank you again.
紅月様もお体に
Be
気をつけて。
careful, Lady
あり
Venezuki.
がとう。
Thank you.
周囲を
Called her
調べろ。
Lady.
まだ鬼が残っているかもしれんぞ。
Gave her a title. You haven't seen me before because you have that lame visor over your eyes, genius. Some of the armor sets in this game look really crazy. There might be Oni nearby. So now they're gonna go look for any Oni that got away. I better get going too.
博士、私の協
Professor,
力
if
が
you need my
必要
help
で
with
あれば、
anything, you need only
いつでも
ask.
呼んでください。
Ah, you kind of picked up on that, huh, Maze? Clever, Professor. Now we must assist you.
あ、いつもすまんな。
Since he said we were an assistant. Thanks. It's great to be able to count on
最
you.
後にあなたの名を伺ってもよいですか？
One last thing. Could you tell me your name? Hi, I'm Cendril.
覚えておきます。
I'll remember that.
私は紅月。この
There's
里
a
で
slayer in this
物を
village, so
増
she
や
is
していま
also a
す。
slayer. I'll be around if you need my help with anything.
ではまた会いましょう。
She's dressed like a noble. I'm sure we'll meet again. Bye.
さすが紅月。誰かさんと違って優しい
That's
ぜ。
Mitazuki for you. So kind. Unlike someone else I might mention.
うるさいぞ。
Quiet.
鬼は撃った。研究所に
We've
戻るぞ。
defeated the Oni. Let's head back to the lab.
何をしてる？
What are you
早
doing?
く来い。
Move it,
さっきの
Cendril. I want to hear
話なくす。
more about you. Okay. There's a nighttime view of the village.
軍師供養。それがお前のいた隊の指揮官か。
Grand General Kuyo. That was the commander of your unit? Yep.
血濡れの鬼か。有名人だな。配下に精鋭を揃えてたって話だが。
The Bloody Demon. That is his title. People know him as the Bloody Demon. He's famous. You said he was commanding an elite unit that we were a part of.
今じゃ生き残りを探すのも難しいぜ。
Still be hard to find other survivors now, I think.
ってなんだ？ジロジロ見てんじゃねえ。
Hey, what's with all the eyeballing? What's with that body?
遠慮のねえ
Don't
や
have
つだ
much
な。
tact to you. Sometimes I really don't.
からくりと言ってな。私が研究している技術で作った。
It's a technology called Machina. I made it as a product of my research.
体の中に人の魂を封じてある。
A human soul is sealed inside it. So, ultimately, he's very much human. So yes, there is a soul inside that. So he is human, just in a Machina body.
そういうことでよろしく頼むぜ。
That's my story. Hope we can get along. I hope so too.
横浜以前のことは本当に何も覚えていないのか？
You really don't remember anything from before the battle at Yokohama. No, that's where the game started. I mean...
そうか。
I
軍
see.
師供養
Grand
に
General
横
Kuyo in
浜。
Yokohama.
状況からして、それは十中八九10年前の大曲時の戦だろう。
All the evidence points to it being the battle during the awakening 10 years ago. So yes, we've been shunted 10 years in the future. I like how I got three different things there from chat. So he's a walking Pokeball. He's Pinocchio, like Sid in World of Final Fantasy was human.
10年前、世界中に鬼が溢れ、人の世は半ば壊滅状態となった。
10 years ago, Oni poured out into the world, destroying most of what man had struggled to achieve.
我々は大曲時と呼んでいる。
That is what we call the awakening.
その
That
際に
happened 10 years
北
ago.
から押し寄せる鬼を迎
The
え撃った
defense of
最初の
Yokohama
戦いが
was the first
横浜防
battle
衛戦
fought
だ。
in an attempt to stop the Oni advance from the north.
つまりお前は10年の時間を飛び越えてここに来てしまったことになる。
Which means, yes, you've arrived here by jumping a span of 10 years. Great! So I just got shunted 10 years into the future. It's not great. Apparently the world didn't do so well, without me there, apparently.
仮にそれが本当だとして、なんだってそんなことが起こったんだ？
Not me. Even if that is the case, however did such a thing happen? Well, there was this crazy portal thing in the sky, created by this really big demon.
鬼門に飲み込まれたものは時の迷子となって別の時間に流される。
Those swallowed by an Oni gate become lost in time, eventually washing up in a completely different age.
そういう話を昔聞いたことがある。
That's something I heard a long time ago. I doubt you alone could have made such an impact. Probably.
お前が飲み込まれた空の穴はおそらく鬼の開いた鬼門だろう。
You don't happen to have a DeLorean in the back shed that I can borrow to get back home, do you? No, I don't think, stuff like that hadn't been invented yet. The hole in space that swallowed you up was likely an Oni gate, opened by the Oni.
鬼には時間の垣根がなく、
Or a blue
過
telephone
去、
box.
現在、
Doc would
未
really
来を
like
行
that
き来す
reference.
るという。
Oni are uninhibited by the concept of time, because demon. It is said they can move freely between the past, present, and future.
奴らが移動の際に
The
開く
Oni
鬼
gates
門
they
は
use to move around could possibly be connected to all possible times. So wait, does this happen to other people?
わずかだがな。ここでは奉公者と呼ばれているらしい。
A very small number of them. Here, they're called wanderers.
話がキテレツすぎてついてけねえや。
This is all getting a bit crazy for me.
似たような話は以前からある。
There have been similar instances in the past.
かつて大陸の方で数百人の兵士が一度に失踪するという事件があった。
On the mainland, there was a case in which hundreds of troops once vanished.
夕げを焚く火を残したまま、兵士たちは忽然と姿を消していた。
Leaving their evening meal cooking, they all just vanished.
どこを探しても兵士は見つからず、人々は神隠しだと噂し合った。
All searches turned up nothing, and people said they'd been spirited away.
それから10年後、近くの村の広場に
10 years
突如
later,
一人の青
a
年が倒
youth
れて
was
いるのが
found
見つかった。
collapsed in the square of a nearby village.
調べると、彼は消えた兵士
It
の一人
turned
で、
out he was
10
one of
年
the
前
missing
と全く同じ
soldiers,
姿格好をしていた。
exactly as he was 10 years previously.
解放され目覚めた彼は真っ先にこう言った
As
そう
soon
だ。
as he woke up, the very first thing he asked
自分の夕げはどこだと。
was the whereabouts of his dinner.
そりゃ浦島太郎もびっくりだ。
Sounds like time travel to me. Sounds like time travel to me too. So this has happened before to people, just rarely. That's a good one, Eagle Claw.
はるか昔からこの世界には人知の及ばない何かが潜んでいるのさ。
This world has always been subject to something beyond human understanding.
その何かと秘密裏に戦うのが我々モノ
And
ノ
the
フだっ
ones
た
who
の。
fight against it are the slayers. Us, in other words. What's this?
その
What's going
彼
on?
はどうした？
Ah! Oh no, that's not what's happening. I wish, that'd be really cool. What's happening to you? Don't know. I would like to say I'm powering up and going blue, but... Hold on. More crazy
こ
stuff?
れは
This looks bad.
私を見ろ。
Look at me,
お前は
Cendril.
ここにいる。他のどこにもいない。
You're here, with us. You aren't anywhere else.
私がそれを知っている。私を信じろ。
I know that to be a fact. You have to believe in me.
私がここにいるように。お前もここにいると
Just
信
like
じろ。
I'm here, you need to believe that you're here too.
どうなってんだ？
Can someone explain this?
おい博士、何か知ってるなら説明しろ。
Hey, Professor. Seriously, if you can explain this, then please, feel free.
私にもわからんことくらいあるさ。
I don't know everything.
だが、
There's one thing for sure.
こいつは本来ここにいないはずの人間だ。
Our visitor shouldn't be here. I know, geez, I glow blue a little when she starts going nuts.
この世界にとって
So here's her theory.
それを弾こうと
There's
す
an
る力が
irregularity
働く
to
の
this
かもしれ
world.
ん。
Some power may be acting to try and correct the situation.
なんだそりゃ。また
Which
別
means
の時
what?
間に流され
They
るっ
could
て
be
のか。
shifted to another time?
かもな。
Maybe. More time travel then. Maybe.
それは時間を超えた代償、呪いだ。
Cendril, this is the
そのまま
cost
では
of
どうなるか
crossing
わからん。
time. I have no idea what will happen next.
かといって元の時代に戻るのは不可能に近い。
That said, returning to the point you came from is also close to impossible.
お前が所属していた隊もおそらく現存していない。
The unit that you belong to likely doesn't exist any longer either. That's
横
bad.
浜で戦ったモノノフは全滅した。生き残った者はほとんどいない。
He was becoming the master. Last Dragon reference? I don't know that one either. The Slayers who fought at Yokohama were wiped out. Almost no one survived.
それでも過去との接点を求め、失った記憶を探すならそれもいいだろう。
If you still want to look for links to your past and try to recover your memories, that's fine.
だが、過去ではなく未来を求めるなら、
If you're more concerned with the future than the past,
こ
however,
こで私の助手として働く気はないか。
what do you say about becoming my assistant?
お前はいつどこに流されるかわからない。だが、
You may get
こ
washed
の
away
世
into
界との
time
関わり
again.
を深めれば、
However, if you can deepen your connection to this time period,
あるいはそれを止められるかもしれん。
you might be able to stop that from happening.
取引だ。私はお前の呪いを解くのに手を貸そう。
Let's make a deal. I'll help you break this curse.
その代わり、お前は私の
In
研究に
exchange,
協力し
you
ろ。
help me with my research.
お前が何者かは問わない。
I
お
don't
前
care
の意志
who you
がお
are.
前のすべてだ。
Your intent is all that matters to me.
私の助手をしながら、この世界で生きてみ
Become
ろ。
my assistant while living in this world, Cendril. What's the pay? Now, you know what? That's not a bad offer. The chance of going back exactly to our point in time is infinitesimal. It's just so minute that it's close to impossible. But I can try to recover my memories and help out the people here right now. So,
いい
sure.
返事だ。
Well
やめ
said.
とけ。骨の髄までしゃぶられるぞ。
Don't do it, Cendril. She'll work you to the bone.
じゃあこいつが消えるまで放置するか。
And vanishing completely is the better alternative?
誰もそうは言ってね
I didn't say that either.
決まりだな。今日から
That
お前
settles
は
it.
私の助
You're
手
now
だ。
my
助
assistant.
手1号は時継だ。仲良くしてやれ。
Togi is assistant number 1. Hope you two will get along.
誰が1号だ。たく、どうなっても知らねえぞ。
Number 1. That's a bit mechanical for my taste. Don't come crying to me when this ends badly
こ
either.
いつは人をこき
Badly
使う
anyway.
天才だ。
And she's a genius, all right. Genius at putting people to work. Just don't give her your every waking moment.
さっき目覚めた空き家を覚えてるか。あれをお前にやる。自宅として好きに使え。
So that random house that we woke up in, it's our house now. Yay!
明日から忙しくなる。今日はそこでゆっくり休め。いいな。
You're going to be busy tomorrow. Take it easy today and get some rest.
ようこそ我がからくり研
This
究
is
所に。
what Professor and Toki have improved. Welcome to my Machina laboratory.
記憶をなくしたか。我が使い手よ。
And this was the one Matama that we had at the beginning. Remember, we had all those attack abilities? Here he is. So, my master, you've lost your memory, have you?
哀れな。それがお前の背負った宿命か。
You have my sympathy. This fate will be difficult to bear.
ならせめて
Difficult burden to bear.
私が記憶しよう。
At least allow me to bear
お前がこの先どう生きるか。
witness to how you will live through it.
願わくば、今度は忘れるな。
If possible, do not forget me again.
私は源義経。お前が身に宿す英雄の一人。
As it says, he is one of the heroes within my
鬼打つ
body.
者のふと
One who walks alongside the slayers who defeat Oni. Known as Matama. And that concludes the prologue. We're now on Chapter 1, The Ones Who Hunt Oni. Slayers.
おい消えてねえだろうな
Hey, you haven't vanished, have you?
邪魔するぞ
Come again. Hi.
無事みてえだなよく眠れたか
Glad you're still with us. Did you get a good night's sleep?
早速だが今日から働いてもらう
No more time to
お前
waste.
の体を考えるとあまり悠長にしてられん
Considering your physical condition, we can't afford to hang around.
まずは里の正式な
Start
も
by
のの
becoming an official slayer for this village.
呪いを解くには人と交わってこの世界との結びつきを持つことが必要だ
Breaking this curse requires you to forge bonds with people and tie yourself more strongly to this world.
意味不明だな
That's the theory, the
とにかく
professor has.
里のお偉いさんに会いに行くぞ
That all sounds a bit much for me. Let's go see the village leader
普
anyway.
通はお頭に挨拶するがこの里のお頭は2年前に死んで以来空席だ
We'd normally take you to see the chief of the village, but we haven't had one since the last chief died 2 years ago.
代わりに神垣の巫女が里を仕切ってる
So for now, the sacred shrine maiden is in command of the village. is in command of the village.
つってもまだガキだ実権は2人の討伐隊長が握ってる
That said, she's still a child. Control effectively lies with the leaders of our combat units.
近衛部隊と侍部隊対立してる2つの討伐隊の隊長だ
The guards and the samurai, the leaders of these two opposing units. Increase your link level with your classmate, fellow villagers. Got it.
ちょうどこれから謁見式だ神垣の巫女のいる岩宿に行くぜ
There's actually just about to be an audience. Let's head to the heavenly cave and the shrine maiden.
人混みの
Okay.
スカンここから先は時継と2人で行動しろ
I don't like crowds. You and Toki can handle this together. I'll use the demon hand to catch up with you later. Because fast transportation.
後から合流
Catch up later.
まあ見ていろ
You'll see what I mean.
ああそれと岩宿に行く前に時継に里を案内してもらえ
One other thing. Before you head to the heavenly cave, why not have Toki show you around the village?
これから物の符になるんだ使う施設ぐらい知っておけ
If you're going to become a slayer here, then you'll need an understanding of our facilities.
特に御霊の扱い方は念入りに聞
Pay
いて
a
おけ
special care with
記
how
憶
to
がない
handle
以上
Mitama.
一からやり
Without
直
your
しだ
memories, you'll be starting from scratch.
じゃあしっかりな
Stick with it.
相変わらずの俺様野郎だな
Self-obsessed as ever.
まそういうわけだ里の探検と行こうぜ
You heard the prof anyway? Let's go and explore the village. At home, you have access to the following. Letters, where I already did that, you read letters. Biography, where you can read over the story again, in case there were things you missed. In case you're having trouble, it's pronounced Tokisuge. Tokisugi? Sugo? Might be Sugo. I have a lot of problems with these names. Equipment chest, so apologies to any that I butcher. I really do not mean to do so. It's just I don't know how. I don't know how to pronounce them. Equipment chest, where you can change your gear. Materials chest, which store materials. And this hearth here, which will advance time. There is a day-night cycle. Suit you. Suit. I got no chance. Stay at home until the evening. So there's night and daytime. Some quests will only you have to do at night. So that is how you can advance time. Here's page where you can read the story. You'll see you just get a recap of what's gone on, which is this right here. And then this desk is the... Oh, Cendril, I hope you're feeling better now. I've heard you're staying in the village for a while, in which case you'll need to eat. I have a small restaurant where you can always get a delicious meal. Come by whenever you're hungry. Okay. Thank you. In fact, that'll be the first place we visit.
あなた様は
Hello again.
ようクオンちょいと新入りを紹介してんだが
I'm just showing this newcomer around.
存じ上げております時次様
Yes, we've already met.
本日
Nice to meet you again.
はどのようなご用件でしょうか
What can I do for you today?
話が早くて助かるぜこいつに御霊のことを教えてくれねえか
I knew I could count on you to keep things moving. Will you provide the usual breakdown on using Mitama?
御霊でございますか
Mitama, is
な
it?
るほど
I see. I
私は
am the
御霊
maiden
の
of
巫
Mitama.
女戦学の身ですが
I'm still studying my
知っている
craft,
ことをお話し
but I'll
しましょ
share everything I know with you.
うよろしいですか
Are you
御
ready?
霊はモノノフの力の根源鬼に囚われた英雄の
Mitama are
魂
the
です
source of power for slayers, the souls of heroes who have been captured by the Oni.
その魂を鬼より取り戻し力となすのが古くからのモノノフの習わし
Recovering those souls from the Oni and using them as a source of strength has been the way of slayers for
あな
generations.
たの体にも力強き御霊が宿っております
You already have a powerful Mitama in your body, I can tell.
それがどなたの御霊かお分か
You
りで
know
す
the
か
name of that Mitama. Yes, it's this one. Minayoshi no Motosu. No, it's this one. Minamoto, if you were paying attention, it's this one.
源義経平安時代を生きた若き英雄ですね
Minamoto no Yoshitsune, I believe. A young hero who lived in the Heian period.
おや
Heian period? But hold on.
別の御霊の
This is
存
the
在も
presence of
感じま
another
す
Mitama too.
あなたは
You
複
have
数
the
の御霊を宿すの
capacity
で
to
すね
hold multiple
な
Mitama.
ぜあなたにそのような素質が
I
ある
don't
のか
understand myself why
私
you can do
その
that.
素質を帰化とし
But you can surely use
さ
it
ま
to
ざまな
require
御霊を
all
集めると
sorts of
良いでしょう
Mitama.
まずは御霊を
Please
装
start
着
by
してお
equipping one. Equipping Mitama. Your weapons have slots that can be used to equip Mitama. Once equipped, you can take advantage of that Mitama's boost. Mitama can only be equipped at the base. You can't equip them when you're out on the field. This is another really important lesson here. This will completely... So being captured by demons is a prereq for becoming Mitama. It's always specified that they were captured. Well, no, that's not a prereq for becoming a Mitama. It's just that a lot of them have been captured. They're just souls of heroes. It's just that a lot of them have been captured. In fact, just about all of them, except the ones the Slayers have. Hi, White Dragoness. But this is really important. The Mitama, this is starting to remind me a bit of Shaman King. There's a lot of stuff. Like, y'all have made 50 references already to different things. There's a lot of stuff in this game, but it is its own game. It has a lot of Monster Hunter in it, but it's trying to do that genre differently. Depending on what Mitama you equip, the style of Mitama equip will completely change your special abilities. So we have two to choose from. We have the one we started with, which is attack. You know its abilities already. Might, increase attack for a limited time. Leech, every attack you get health back. Carnage, every hit is a critical hit while it lasts. And recovery, like I said, all of them will have recovery. But we have another choice now. We have defense. We have this figure from history. Taunt, increase defense for a limited time and attracts the Oni's attention. You increase your defense and taunt the Oni to hit you. Shield, fills a special defense gauge that you only get if you're using a defense Matama, and increases its max level. You have a basic defense gauge. Using shield will fill it and give you a bigger max until you get hit and lose it. It's a temporary max. And its really big skill, which is the circle button, always is barrier. Nullifies all attacks for a limited time. You will be invincible for a short period of time. And of course it has recovery to get health back. The defense Matama is of course much more defensive. Not just for you, but with taunt you can also help your party members, whether it being friends you're playing with or the NPCs. Because you can taunt, have the Oni attack you while they hit other... Or they hit from behind or the sides or stuff. Leave my friends be. Hit me in the face instead. The code of all tanks. Yeah, you got it, Maze. But yeah, that's how defense works. You get a special defense gauge that basically acts like armor. The Oni has to go through it before it can hurt your HP. So you'll be more sturdy than any other character using anything else. Plus you have a way to become invul for a short period of time. These are just 2 different styles out of the 10 that there are. So there are a lot of different ways to play your weapon and the Matama you choose. I'm going to go with the defense Matama for right now. Every Matama, now that we have that, to go even further into customization, every Matama will have boost that you see here. Boost further customize how you're going to play. These are supportive abilities that a Matama possesses. Each Matama has multiple boosts. You can only equip up to 3 at a time. Boost can only be equipped at the base. You can't change it outside. Okay? As you do things, these will level up and unlock. Like, for example, Majesty. Attack an Oni when your health is at max and fill the weapon gauge. Hi, sweetheart. So when we're at full health and we hit an Oni, we start to unlock this boost. Some boosts only work with defense, but you see, this one has healing ones as well. That's because we'll be able to mix and match later. But more on that later. So we could have 5 different... We can have 5 different defense Matama, and they'll all have the same. They'll all have these same abilities: taunt, shield, and barrier, because we're using defense. But each one will have different boosts. So some will have this, protection, which increase defense. Some will have maybe increase the shield gauge, increase different things, make a certain weapon better. So it just further customizes how you're going to play as you gather more and more of these. There's a lot of customization in this game, and it's really awesome. So we're gonna go with the defense one for now.
御霊は戦いの経験を重ねることで少し
As she
ずつ
explains here,
そ
as
の
they gain
真なる
experience in
力
battle,
を
Matama
解
will
放
slowly
していき
regain
ま
their
す
true power, aka those
積むべ
boosts.
き経験は様々です。ちなみにですが私は早く御霊を成長させたいと
Yeah,
きは
and she also
ま
has
た
some boosts, but I'm just
それでは
go by those.
いらっしゃいま
Because now I can just show it off myself. Here at the restaurant at Kuon's place, there are a few things you can do. You can call colleagues, which is summon NPCs to your party. As you go through the game, you'll have more NPCs. You can order food. Food will give you a boost. From what I've seen, they last an hour of game time, which is, I think, an hour our time, but it only, I think it only counts down when you're in the game, not when you're, like, when the game's turned off. But basically, you give her the materials there. So you see, there's the vegetables and stuff we could buy at the shop. And these are the boosts it could give. So you get one of these at random, small, medium, or large. It's just luck, which one you get. Makes it marginally easier to achieve a precision strike. So just a short, just a little tiny boost. Slightly easier. And remember, precision strikes are critical hits. Order food. I need egg rolls. Egg rolls. Somebody says fried rice. Somebody says beef and broccoli. You're all correct, but we don't have that in the village. We have grilled oni liver. And we have stewed drumble, which is a different type of oni demon. Yum. Beef and broccoli with lo mein. Sesame chicken. Y'all are making me hungry. The drumble increases defense against elemental attacks. Orange chicken. I could go for orange chicken. There is also the shrine. You use these sacred branches. We got 10 to start with because I played the demo. And you can buy more from the shop. They're 700 haku apiece. So they are expensive. But they last an hour. You can have a growth prayer on, which makes the Matama that you have equipped get EXP faster. Or there's this kindred prayer, which makes it easier to get new Matama. When you beat Big Oni, there's a chance that you get a new Matama from a list that, like, that Oni carries. This will increase the chances you get one. And again, it lasts 60 minutes. I'm not going to put one on because we're still going around town visiting all the shops. Just wait until you start Cook Serve Delicious 2, Cendril, then we're all going to be trying to gnaw on our screens. I can't wait for that game to come out. That'll be fun. This is the shop. They sell materials and ingredients along with some weapons and armor. Just basic weapons and armor, though. Product lineup also changes depending on circumstances. Make sure to check in fairly regularly. We'll be getting quests to help the shop, and the more we help the shop, the more stuff he'll get in. This is the blacksmith. Already visited him and went over the whole you can make things or improve things there. Try getting your gear worked on after you defeat an Oni. And this is actually really good advice. After you defeat a new Oni and get materials from them, come back and see what you can make, both armor and weapons. Sweet and pungent chicken, coconut chicken, poppers, jalapeno poppers. I should also mention that I'm actually the blacksmith for this village. So, Toyosugu here is actually the blacksmith. I was a slayer and blacksmith prior to ending up in this body. Robo Helper? He's Robo Vivi. He's Toketsugu. He has a human soul in a robot body. The other smiths in the village were all just starting out, so I've been training them up. It's not easy being this kind. If you need any smithing, I can handle it. And last but not least, visit the command center. It's over here. Hi. This is the command center. You can take on work as a slayer from here. If you want a mission, come here. So these are basically missions that you can do to go get more materials. It'll put you to where a specific demon you want to hunt is, and then you can gather materials. And you can run these missions. So they're not story missions, they're just infinite missions you can do to get materials. Also, if you play online with a friend, you will just be running missions like this. Like the missions you find here. But they'll be different. And you have to work your way up in those as well. Meanwhile, the repository is next door. You can learn about weapons and combat styles here. That's the guy standing next to this lady. You talk to him and it has all the training. Seeing as you lost your memory, this might help you remember. Also, if you're new to the game, it will help you learn how to play.
Yosh.
Meet both captains at the Heavenly Cave, and that should cover all facilities in the village. I think the audios will be starting soon too. Go to the Heavenly Cave. The unit leader should be there too. See that big structure up ahead? That one? That's the Heavenly Cave. Going back, Swift. Now I'm really hungry. I like his hat. His model, depending on what he's talking about, he'll like pull the hat down or tip it up. Like I love the different models Toketsugu uses with his hat. That's where the sacred shrine maiden lives. Her barrier protects this village. So yes, remember that barrier that's protecting this village? The sacred shrine maiden is who maintains it, who keeps it up. Fortunately, I can't go any further. Comes with this body, I'm afraid. They don't want to let something like me get too close to her, because they're super protective of the shrine maiden. Don't make that face. I'm fine with it. You just go and introduce yourself. I like Cendril. I was talking about the quest givers. Their hats look like broken paper plates. Well, with ancient Japanese places having robots, not that I'm complaining. It's a machina. It's a thing. I'll be waiting here. Just hurry up and come back. But I want to show this first. Oh, fine. We're not ready for you yet. Can't take the training stuff yet. Fine. Continue with plot. All the way up the steps.
次の者入れ
Next, enter Yakumo.
見慣れん輩殿かぐや様の御前だ名を名乗れ
I haven't seen you before. You're in the presence of Lady Kaguya. Speak your name. Hi, I'm Cendril.
貴様が魔女の言っていたもののふか
You're the slayer the witch was talking about. I have 17 viewers? That's awesome. I didn't think anybody was watching this.
やめよヤクモ博士に失礼だぞ
Maybe I should VA. VA. If that's what people want. Enough, Yakumo. There's no need to disrespect the professor.
は申し訳ありません
Yes, milady. My apologies.
東から来た者よ聞けば里の者のふになりたいそうだ
Visitor from the east. I hear you want to become a slayer for this village.
それには我ら隊長二人の許可がいるまずは名乗っておこう
You will first need the permission of both the unit leaders you see here. I'm watching, just not using chat. Allow us to introduce ourselves.
私はヤクモ。この絵部隊の隊長にして里の次期お頭だ。
I'm Yakumo, leader of the guards and the next chief of this village. You're not full of yourself at all. And silence.
貴様も名乗ったらどうだ、侍よ。
How about you share your name too, samurai?
東野だ。侍を率いている。
I'm Toya. I lead the samurai.
覚えておくのだな。
Well, he's blunt and to the point, isn't he? So they won't let the little robot in the room near the girl, but they let a stranger with a massive sword. Seems logical. You will find out that here in just a little bit, so I'll go ahead and say it, that Yakumo is completely against Machina. So that's why they won't let the little robot into the room. I take it that claim is not as certain as he makes it sound. No, it's not, Maze. And you'll find out why again in just a little bit. Everybody's just a little ahead of the gun here. You do well to remember our names. Nice to meet you.
態度のでかい新入りだな。
Don't get too full of yourself.
ここは中津国の西の最前線。戦力が増えるに越したことはない。
This is the front line in the west of the Midlands. Any additional firepower is
貴
welcome.
様が物のふになりたいのなら許可を与えてやらんでも
If you want to become a slayer, I think that could be permitted.
ない。だが、一つ重要なことがある。
There's just one thing you'll need to clarify
貴
first.
様は機内と戸様どちらだ？
Are you an insider or an outsider? Is that important?
少なくともここではな。
It is here, at least.
答えたくないということだ。好きにさせてやれ。
You don't want to answer. Very well.
それならそれで構わん。近衛でも侍でもないだけのこと。
As you wish. It just means you aren't a guard or a samurai. So let me explain what a insider and outsider is, because the game might not go over that since I chose that option. Since I didn't put, hey, what's the difference? An insider is people that lived in the villages before the awakening. So they've lived with the Slayer culture their entire lives. Remember I said the Slayers were a hidden organization. They lived in these hidden villages. After the awakening happened, of course, Oni are rampaging all throughout the world, so to keep people that just lived in regular towns were getting destroyed. You can see that. So Slayers took them into their hidden villages. This village being one of them. Those people are called outsiders because they were outside the village and now live there. So that's the difference. Insider is a person that lived in the village before the awakening and grew up with the Slayer culture and all of that. Outsiders are ones that came in after the awakening from the outside.
貴様は紅月に預ける。
I'll leave you in Benezuki's care.
はぐれ
That's
者を
cool, we already know
束ねてい
her.
る者の札。貴様が使えるか否かは奴に判断させる。
She's the Slayer responsible for all the stragglers like you. She'll decide if you can be of use or not.
それでいいな、侍よ。
Is that acceptable, samurai?
異論はない。
I have no objections.
かぐや様、ご決裁を。
Lady Kaguya, your decision.
許す。お主の好きにせよ。
I shall allow this. Do as you please.
は、ありがとうございます。
Thank you, my lady.
紅月は物の不本部にいるはずだ。つなぎはつけておくから会いに行け。
Benezuki's in the Slayer HQ. I'll let her know that you're coming.
一つ良いか。
What, thanks,
お
Cendril?
主は東の
You
果て
came
か
from
ら
the
来た
Far
そう
East,
だな。
correct?
そこはど
What
んな
kind
場
of
所だろ
place
うか。
was it?
よければ話を聞かせてくれないか？
Would you please share some stories of it with me? There's a burning battleship. There's a hole in the sky. There's a hole in the sky. Both are true, but I think she would be more fascinated by there's a hole in the sky. He's a pompous little peacock, isn't he? He is, Eagle Claw. And Evil Grin was creepy. He also has that, like, I'm better than you grin going on. He is. You put it right, Eagle Claw. Pompous little peacock. There's a hole in the sky.
何？そんなことがあり得るのか？
What? Is such a thing possible?
かぐや様、そろそろ次の謁見者を。
Lady, the next person is waiting.
そうか。ならば仕方ないな。
Very well.
博士は元気か？よろしく伝えておいてくれ。
Is the professor well? Give her my regards.
そういえば名乗っていなかったな。
I didn't formally introduce myself.
私はかぐや。里を守護する
I am
神
Kaguya,
垣の巫女だ。
the sacred shrine maiden who protects this village.
また来てくれ。
Please do come and see me again,
謁
Cendril.
見は以上だ。紅月のもとに行
That's
くがいい
the。end of your audience.
東の者の
Go and find Benezuki, Slayer from the East. She looks way too happy about that. Well, she's a kid. Imagine if... I don't know how old she's supposed to be here. Let's say 12, 13? Think of that age where you're just full of wonder. There's a hole in the sky. What, really? Oh, you're back. I'll work out? I did alright. She had been Azuki. We couldn't have asked for better. See, Neko, she looks about 12. I was gonna say like 12, 13. She likes us. This'll keep things simple for us. Yeah, we already met her. You called the professor a witch? Don't worry about it. That silly haircut is just scared of us. Machina is still an unknown technology. A lot of people don't trust it. Whatever they think of us, though, doesn't matter so long as we achieve our goals. You're a hero? Keep that pride in your chest at all times. I agree with that. I'm a great hero. We can get through this together. You don't look like much of a hero. No, that's me. Sure. He's not allowed in there, love, because people don't trust Machina. Namely, the leader of the guards there. Sure thing. Alright, let's not get too emotional. Anyway, let's go see Benezuki. You met her yesterday. You must remember her. I do. She's one of the 5 legendary heroes and the strongest warrior in the village. That's why people were referred to her as Lady, as, you know, giving her respect. Because she holds that title. There are apparently 5 legendary heroes. She's one of them. And she's the strongest warrior in the village. And nobody disputes that. Even those leaders in there who want to. Sometimes it feels like. They don't. Polly, but she is the shrine maiden. Her fate is for the village and have no happiness. Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe we'll get to meet her more later. Should be in the Slayer HQ. Alright, let's go. Before I do that, though, I'm gonna change equipment. What weapon would you like to see me use next, chat? I'll give you 2 minutes to. Well, because of the delay. If there was no delay, it'd be better. But pick a weapon. Pick a weapon you'd like to see me use. And, I guess whichever one gets the most votes, or I'll just pick one from the votes if they're tied. And I will show them all. See, Neko wants to see the bow. Mace will see the chain whip. Dual knives or naginata. So I have bow, chain whip, dual knives, naginata. 2 for the chain whip, 2 for the bow. So bow or chain whip, it looks like. Bow, chain whip, naginata. Okay, so I'll just, unless something gets broken, I'll just I'll make those the next 3 that I use, and I'll try to change weapons around during this time while we can. That way you all can see different different ones. Bow, chain whip. Ooh, chain whip. That's 3 for the chain whip. And people are also interested. We got 2 for the dual knives. Okay. Anybody else want to put their 2 cents in? I think that's everybody that's been talking in chat. But for all you viewers that are watching this and don't want to talk in chat, you're just lurking, or just hanging out and wanting to see some Toukiden. I hope all of you are having fun, and I appreciate you being here, and I hope you're having fun with the game. There's a lot of talking right now, I know. A lot of plot right here. I'm going through the story. We'll be getting more into the battling here soon, but they put a lot up front to give you the situation of the village, how people feel of Machina, just to set things up for the future. I kind of like it this way because it's not overwhelming. They're giving you just one piece at a time. Here's the shops. You know, it's a lot of tutorial stuff. Here's the shops. Here's how they work. Here's Machina. Here's these 2 factions now. You see there's guards and samurai, and there's 2 different leaders. There's the village shrine maiden. She has the barrier. They give you a lot up front, but they give it to you in chunks. They show you one thing and then just break from it. Here's this. You've got that down? Okay, we're going to break from that. Here's this next part. So they do a good job with that. But now we're going to start fighting. Okay, that's 2 minutes. We'll go with the dark chain whip, and I'll show you the chain whip. I've not used it too much myself, but I'll do the best that I can with it. And you can see the chain whip. It looks really cool. And just when we get different, when we start getting materials, you'll see that the weapons and armor can look really neat. But here is the basic chain whip, dark chain whip. You see it's really big. And we'll start with that, and then I'll go to the bow, then the naginata, and then the knives. But I'll do a couple of battles with the chain whip, to the best of my ability. Again, this one I don't know. This weapon I don't know as well. My friend Doc knows the chain whip a lot. He loves it.
あなたはまた会いましたね。
Ah, we meet
す
again.
ぐの私に何かご用ですか？
And Togesugu as well. What can I do for you both?
ああ、実はな、
Bye, Orange.
そう
Actually,
ですか。ヤクモが私に任せると。
I see. Yakumu said you were to come
ち
see
ょい
me.
と事情があってな。こいつは里の者の符になる必要がある。
We need this one to become a slayer for the village, soon as possible.
わかりました。先月ですが、私がお預かりしましょう。
Very well. Without being too presumptuous, I'll take charge of you.
なんだ新入りか？
What? A new face?
面白そうなやつじゃねえか。ちょっと俺と遊んでけよ。
Looks like this could be fun. Come on, let's see what you got.
オムラ、少しおとなしくしていてください。
Omura, keep that under control, please.
ああ、つまんねえな。
What? Boring.
こちらはホムラ、あなたの同僚になります。
This is Homura. You'll be fighting alongside him.
少しバカですが、根は善人です。仲良くしてやってください。
He's a little rough, but he's good at heart. I hope you'll get along.
いや、誰がバカだ。
Rough? Who's rough? Another straggler? Who's this loser? Nice, nice to meet you.
つら覚えとくぜ、新入り。
I'll remember your face, newcomer.
こいつらは近衛でも侍でもね、独立部隊みてえなもんだ。
These guys are like an independent unit, neither guards or slayers.
俺たちの協力者でな。たまに発明品の
They
実験を手伝って
collaborate
も
with.
らっ
I
て
think it's
る
supposed to be guards or samurai. There are some things here that aren't translated completely right. I've spotted a few here and there. Rough, interesting translation for Baka. Yeah, like I said, so some of the Cendril too nice to be snarky. I try. Some of the translation is off. You can tell on some things, but for the most part, it's good.
博士には第四がありますから、少しでも恩返しになればと
I owe
思
the
って。
professor so much after all. I need to repay her however I can. Okay.
それはさておき、私と
Enough
ホムラ
preamble
は
anyway.
これから任務に向かう
We
とこ
were
ろで
just
す。
heading out on a
昨
mission.
日襲撃があったばかりですから、周辺の紹介をすることになっています。
There was a raid yesterday after all. We need to patrol the vicinity.
よければ、二人も任務に協力してくれませんか？
If you like, the two of you could come along with us.
いいのか？こいつはまだ里の者の符じゃねえぜ。
Are you sure? Taking an unofficial slayer along?
構いません。腕前は昨日見せてもらいました。
I certainly don't mind. Not after that little display yesterday.
それに、この任務をもって証の儀とすればよいと思っています。
I'm also thinking of taking this mission as the right of truth.
なるほどな。そういうことか。
I see. I wondered if that's what you were planning.
あなた
Cendril,
が里の者の風になるためには、証の儀を行う必要があります。
you need to perform the rite of truth in order to become a slayer in this village.
まほろばの里の伝統で、新参者の力を試す儀式のようなものです。
It's a tradition in Maharoba, a rite used to test the strength of a newcomer. So it's a test.
簡単な任務を与え、その結果によって里の者の風にふさわしいか判断します。
You'll be given a simple mission, and the results used to determine if you're suitable to become a slayer.
ヤクモが私に任せると言ったのであれば、私が試験官に選ばれたということでしょう。
If Yakumu said, leave it to me, it means I'm also responsible for administering the rite.
であれば、この任務をもってあなたの証の儀としたいと思います。
In which case, I want to make this mission your rite of truth. So basically, she's going to use this mission as our
任
test.
務にはいくつかの目標があります。
Mission has a number of
それを
objectives.
すべて達成した上で、異界近くの監視小屋まで来てください。
You need to complete them all and come to the Watcher's outpost close to the other world. Which remember is where the demons come from.
あなた一人の力でやれますか？
Of course, you have to do it all alone. You up to it? Yes, I am. Bring it on. I'm not sure. Yes, I am.
迷いのない良い目です。
You do look certain.
何かあったら迷わず里に戻れ。いいな。
If anything goes wrong, don't hesitate to come back to the village. Don't get reckless.
勝手にくたばんじゃねえぞ。
Don't get yourself killed, more like it.
大丈夫です。己を見失わなければ勝機は常にあります。
You will be fine. Don't lose sight of yourself and victory will be
で
yours.
は監視小屋で会いましょう。汝に英雄の導きがあらんことを。
I'll see you at Watcher's Outpost. May the light of the heroes illuminate your path. Repository is now available. Yay! So they go on. So now you can take the trainings.
どんな指南を受けま
As you see, there are trainings for every weapon. This will teach you all the moves of that weapon, which is really useful. And there are also some basics for the demon hand to get you more used to using it.
無理は禁物です。
If you all are interested, I can go through all the trainings for the weapons. That way you all get a sense of how each weapon works. I am more than happy to do that. Just if you would, you know, have to make sure you're not going to become bored with me just doing training missions. So let's get started. There are blue dots. Those are people to talk to. And there are green dots on the minimap in the top right corner. Are items. There's a multi-purpose rock. Items usually glow white. That multi-purpose rock glows red because it's
このポンコツめ。あー、こちら博士。聞こえるか？
Hello, this is the professor.
お、
Can you hear me,
繋がった
Cendril?
か。よしよし、やっと動いたな。ふん、驚いてるな。
So the professor is talking to us through the demon hand. They're using a communicator that she attached
こ
to
れ
the
ま
demon
でニ
hand.
コに頼るしかな
So
かっ
that's
た
useful.
電話を万人に開く天
Sound,
才的
do
発明
what
だ
you。feel good with. That doesn't help me, Neko.
だから言
Sounds
っ
good
た
to
だ
me,
ろ。
Cendril. Sounds
後で
interesting.
合流
I like
する
training
と。
missions where you learn new things.
確か証の儀の最中だったな。
Here is the basic attack for the
ガキの
chain
討
whip.
伐に素材の採取。簡単な任務だ。
So our
さっさと
first
片
task
付けて
is
し
to
まえ。
collect materials. And it was like, to collect
終点の監
materials,
視
you
小屋
need to
は
gather
西の
stuff
端にあるはずだ。
from imps.
地図を見て確認するんだな。
If at any time you forget what exactly you were doing, you can also zoom out the minimap there. Now this does not pause the game, as you can see. But you can go to duties, and there is your what you're doing. So we have to defeat 10 imps, and we have to collect 2 iron ore. Iron ore can just be found around. I think the imps might be able to. Let's see, I'm good with training missions. Okay. The imps, or the imps might be able to drop iron ore. There we go. Looks like Kratos. This is another ability, Storm Runner. You click left stick, and it draws in Haku. Basically, it uses your ki, your stamina gauge. Focus, that's what it is in this game. Focus. You move faster, but it consumes focus, aka your stamina gauge. So there's the basic attack. Developing boost, I went over that. Reminds me of Venom lashing his tendrils, sort of. Says Neko. Okay. If you hold, I think it's if you hold back while you're swinging with the whip, or you press it at the same time. There's a way to flip yourself back with the chain whip. The other, one of the other things the chain whip has, which is really where it changes its play style, is with triangle, you can throw kunai with the chain whip. If you hold down triangle, you get a reticle to aim, or you can just quick throw them with triangle. You keep the reticle once you start. You aim the first one. Speak correctly, Cendril. If you aim the first one, you can then keep the kunai, keep the reticle up while you throw kunai by just spamming the triangle button. But the kunai are far more than just a little bit of a ranged weapon. Here are some spiders. Let me throw a kunai, hit one, and hit one. There we go. If you hold square, like I did there, you can explode the kunai with a hit. And there you go. That's how you also flip back with that. So yes, they are exploding kunai, but you decide when you want them to explode. I believe you also do more damage to an enemy that has a kunai attached to it. So you can just whip for a while, and then when you want that, because the kunai will vanish after a period of time. You see there, it's glowing red. It means it's about to vanish. So you'll want to explode them before then. Too bad they don't explode. That would be sweet. Well, never mind. Yep, spoke too soon, Eagle. They do explode. But you decide when they explode. Here's how most items look. It's this white shiny thing on the ground. So, the dragon enemy wants to pick it up. So there's iron ore. Because but there's the kunai. The kunai are really useful. They don't do much damage on their own. But you can put them on and then explode. They do damage. And make sure to purify the imps, that way you get material. There's the explosion. Ooh, shiny! I love shiny! I love ooh, shinies! Yeah, they're like remote-controlled kunai in a way. And then you can also... Oh, there's 10 imps. So there's a few things they can do. Now, quite a bit of the whip actually specializes in aerial attacks. Whereas item, I haven't shown that off. We'll get more to this in a bit. What the eye thing is. Don't worry. The game explains it here in just a little bit, but that was to help me see the item. That mode is really important. Be careful, I'm ending the communication here. Bye, Professor. So now we want to head to the west, since we got everything we need. You can climb up walls that look like this. Kind of hard to explain because the game doesn't really go over that, but there's something here. Oh, there we go. There are these crests hidden in the world. It is said the person who finds them will receive good luck. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but there are these Slayer crests. That symbol there is the official symbol of the Slayers. You can find these hidden throughout the land. This is one of 15 in this area, and no, I haven't found them all in my personal playthrough. I think I found 10 in this area throughout the missions. So these boxes are interesting, the way these boxes work. So you put in, you get an item from them. The item from this box was put here by another player. Some player in the world put an item in here. And it's random. It's just random what player they decide you pick this from. Then you can put an item back in the box. You can put like a weapon or a piece of armor that you're not using anymore. You can put in the box, and then some other player in the world might just find your item. It's neat. That's a neat little thing. More iron ore. The arrow on the mini-map shows you where your objective is. And you just hold down square. That's how you do the flip. And then tilt the direction you want to. Now the whip does have more to it, but I need a larger Oni before I can really show those off. That's cool. Yeah, I thought so. Alright, up here is this fire. There's some firehead demons. Blazing heads, I think is what they're called. But we learned another thing we can do with the demon hand. There are elemental geopulses just throughout the world. You can find them during boss fights and things like that, or just out when you're out here exploring. You grab them with the demon hand, and then you can press square to release them and basically do a elemental bolt that goes through enemies and does damage. Or you can press triangle and affix that element to your weapon for a short period of time. Geopulses you use will respawn after a short period of time. They also respawn. So this one, for example, is fire. So I can either throw it, and there's the reticle, show you where you're going to throw it, like so. Or if I push triangle, the whip will have the fire element attached to it for a short period of time. You see these things breathe out fire. So you may have noticed that I have one more gauge than I had before in between the health gauge and the focus gauge. That is the defense gauge. You only get that if you have a defensive Matama on your weapon. Which I do. I equipped the defense Matama. Like I was explaining earlier, that acts like armor. Hits will take away from that gauge first before it takes away from health. The gauge comes back as you go into the purify stance. You don't even have to be purifying anything. Just being in this stance makes the gauge come back. You can also use shield to refill it. Yeah, shield. And we're here.
待っていました。守備はどうですか？
I've been waiting for you, Cendril. How are things going? Going well.
確かに目標を達成していますね。
You've completed all the objectives.
お見事です。あなたには簡単すぎたようですね。
Well done. I think that was too simple for you.
よし、これでお前も晴れてもののふだな。
Great. This makes you a
ち
slayer.
ょいと気が早いぜ、小せえの。
You're getting ahead of yourself,
誰
Pipsqueak.
が小せえのだ、よっこ。
Who's a Pipsqueak weirdo?
気づいてんだろ。囲まれてるぜ。
You have realized it, right? That we're surrounded?
わかってるよ。
Of course.
最
Hi,
後の試練です。
it's an ogre. Cendril, this is your final test.
私と共に目の前のすべての鬼を撃ってください。
Fight alongside me and defeat all these Oni. Attack!
いい塩梅だ。
Now the fire geode over here is actually in range. You see the red circle? That marks the arena. We can't leave that. This time we're gonna fix it to the weapon. So you can see that there is a fire symbol below the health and focus gauges. Now we're doing fire damage. Now that I have a larger Oni, let me show you some of the other things. By holding circle, or repeatedly pressing circle, it uses a bunch of focus, but you go on a whip-lashing tirade, doing a bunch of damage. Now it uses a lot of focus. There's the shield ability. Now look at the size of the gauge. Have kunai! Oh, there he goes.
みんなよく戦ってくれました。
And we got a new Matama. Hatsu. There is the circle you can see. You just do a bunch of attacks. It quickly drains your focus, but you get a lot of attacks out of it. Now again, there is fan of the chain whip so far. Now again, there is a way for me to launch myself into the air, but I don't remember how to do that, so we'll have to go into the training for that. You basically use the kunai as like a ladder. You latch yourself onto the kunai and hoist yourself up. And then you can whip the enemy on the way down. And that'll be just about all the tricks for the whip. Is anyone hurt? Please, not from a skirmish like this. Good that weapons have no friendly fire. Cynical term, isn't it? Yes, weapons do not have friendly fire, but you can hit allies with weapons. This is actually useful. They don't take any damage or anything, but if they're stunned, you can hit them with the weapon and it will unstun them. You basically like wake them up. Same with like the, maybe not stun, but with the sleep status effect. You'll be able to like wake them up that way, instead of them having to wait out the sleep status effect. Really useful. I saw you about to get bitten on the rump. We won, right? That's all that matters.
オムラもまだまだですね。
You've still got a lot to learn,
あ
Homura.
なたは大丈夫ですか？
Cendril, what about you? I'm fine. What about you?
ありがとう。問題ありません。
Thanks. No problem.
あなたは見事に任務を
You
果たしま
completed
した。
that mission with skill. I'll leave that to chat to decide.
この結果を報告すれば里の者のふになるのに誰もいなとは言わないでしょう。
No one will be able to deny you a place as a village slayer after I report these results.
私が試験官として認めます。あなたは
As your examiner, I have the authority to now state you have passed your rite of truth.
ただいまをもってあなたを里の正式な者のふとして迎えます。
From this moment forward, you are officially a slayer of our village.
ようこそマホロバの里に。
Welcome to Maharoba.
よし、やったな。
Yes, well done, Cendril.
初めの一歩ってやつ
You've
だ。
taken your first step.
これからよろしく
Keep
頼む
this
ぜ。
up.
いちいちまどろっこしいんだよ。腕が立つなら最初からものの筆いいだろう。
This is all such a hassle. Someone as strong as you should just be a slayer from the start.
万人を納得させるには手続きが必要になる時もあります。
Sometimes a certain level of procedure is required in order to convince everyone.
本部には私から報告しておきます。今後は
I will report to
自由に任務を
HQ.
受けら
You
れるで
should
し
be
ょ
able
う。
to take any mission you want from now on.
さて鬼の流入が気になります。今日は念のためここで警戒に当たりましょう。
Anyway, I'm still concerned about the movements of the Oni. For today, let's continue to patrol this region. Okay, we patrol and now
こ
it's
こは
nighttime.
冷えますね。
This place gets pretty
異
cold.
界に近いからな。 あそこはどんな季節だろうが底冷えする。
We're close to the other world. That's why. It's cold in there regardless of the season.
その体で寒さがわかんのか？
You can sense the cold even in that body?
なめんなよ。これでも特注品だ。五感はそれなりに機能してる。
Who do you think you're talking to? This is a custom build. All 5 senses working to one degree or another. Working to some degree.
それなりね。
One degree or another, huh?
あなたは博士の遠縁だと言っていましたね。東の果ての里からやってきたと。
You're a distant relative of the professor, right? From a village far to the
で
east?
すが、中津国全体が滅びに瀕している状況です。
However, the entire Midlands are certainly on the verge of
あな
collapse.
たのような戦力を里が事情もなく手放すとは思えません。
I can't believe any village would just allow one as strong as you to simply walk away.
よければ聞かせていただけませんか？あなたがマホロバに来た理由を。
You can share the truth with me. The reason why you came to Maharoba. Yeah, you're really trustworthy.
横浜から？
Yep, we're from Yokohama.
俺もこいつも
From 10 years in the
本当のところは
past.
よく分かってねえのさ。
Be completely honest, none of us know.
分かってるのはこいつがこの間まで横浜で戦ってたってことだけだ。
The only thing we do know is that our new friend here was fighting in Yokohama until not so long ago.
博士はそれを10年前の大曲時横浜防衛戦だと言っていた。
A battle that the professor said was the defense of Yokohama, which took place during the awakening 10 years ago. Yep. But is the other guy trustworthy? I don't know. I think Lady Benezuki there will keep him in line.
つまりこいつは10年の時間を飛び越えてここに来ちまったのさ。
In other words, someone has done more than cross the country. They've crossed time itself.
は？冗談だろ。
Ha! You're joking!
それが冗談じゃねえのさ。横浜で気絶して目覚めりゃまほろばだ。
This is no joke. Knocked out in Yokohama, woke up in
つ
Maharoba.
いでに記憶喪失ときた。横浜以前のことは覚えてねえらしい。
You can throw a little amnesia into the mix too. No memories from before Yokohama.
申し訳ありません。そんな事情とは思いませんでした。
My apologies for prying. I had no idea things were quite so convoluted. You can tell I'm an RPG channel on YouTube. Yes, I got too close to Sin, and now I'm here. Final Fantasy X. It's funny you keep making those references, Eagle. Have we heard the professor laugh yet?
何か身元の手がかりになるものは？
Do you have any other clues?
霊山の軍師供養ってのが
Oh yeah, we
部
do
隊
have
の
that
指揮
one.
官だったってことは分かってる。
You know that Kuyo, Grand General of the Holy Mount, was leading the operation at Yokohama.
でもすぐに会える相手でもね。しばらくは後回しだな。
Still, he isn't someone we can meet easily. Following up on that lead, we'll have to wait.
そうですか。
Because he's big Grand General, he's not just gonna meet with a random person.
では、大曲時以降、世界がどうなったかは知っていますか？
Nope, zero clue what's been happening in the world since the awakening. Because again, 10-year jump. Yeah, ...
それだけでも教えましょう。
Ellipses. Then I can at least tell you
10
that.
年前の大曲時で、
Okay, so here's what's been
この
happening.
世界は大きく変わりました。
Knight brings up a good point. I have time traveled before. You follow YouTube. Follow my YouTube channel. The Awakening 10... Okay, so here's backstory. The Awakening 10 years ago caused an epic shift in this world.
鬼が世界にあふれ、大半の人々は殺されてしまいました。
Oni have overrun everything, and the majority of humanity has been killed.
明治政府は倒れ、今ではモノノフが唯一の統治機関です。
The Minji government collapsed, and now the Slayers are the only governmental body.
霊山を頂点に、複数の里でわずかに残った人の勢力圏を守っているのが今の状態です。
Based at the Holy Mount, they protect what remains of humanity along with the few remaining villages.
その勢力圏を私たちは中津国と呼んでいます。
This region in which people still live is what we call the Midlands.
他に詳しく知りたいことは
Is
あ
there
ります
anything
か？
else you want to ask about? So, let's get some background for all of you watching. Cause of the Awakening. That, I'm afraid, we still don't know. A massive Oni gate suddenly opened in the north, and Oni flowed from it. The first major battle to hold them back was the defense of Yokohama, of which you have some first-hand knowledge. We were there. That was the beginning of the defense.
他に詳しく知りたいことはあ
But
りますか？
apparently things didn't go too well. So how about some facts about what happened at Yokohama? We were there, but then we got taken from the battle. It's only what I've heard, so there's still some hope. But the unit that defended Yokohama was, after a fierce battle, completely defeated. The only survivor was Grand General Kuyo, the famous bloody demon.
他に詳しく知りたいこと
And
はあ
me,
りますか？
technically. So how about the Slayers in general? Now you must go close to the gates of Oblivion. I mean, the Oni gates. Yeah. Good one, Eagle. Good game, Oblivion. I enjoyed Elder Scrolls 4. The Slayers were an organization in the shadows, fighting Oni without the knowledge of the general populace. However, after the Awakening, our time in hiding came to an end, which I explained earlier. We released the barriers on the villages and allowed outsiders in, starting to live alongside them.
他に詳しく知りたいことはありま
Which
す
I went
か？
over. So that's how this is where you can get some information about what's been going on and just some general backstory of the game. Again, short and sweet, to the point with each one. Not like 5 minutes of dialogue. It may feel that way because I'm letting the Japanese VO speak and then I'm speaking. And for those of you that didn't catch it earlier, you're just tuning in, there is no English voice option. At least I wasn't able to find it if there was. So I'm just letting you hear the Japanese VO because I think it's good. And then I'm saying the lines as well. For those people that are just listening and not watching like they're doing something else right now and aren't watching. So just a service I'm trying to provide.
以上が
That's everything.
この10年間に起きたことです。あなたには辛い
That's
話
everything
かも
that's
しれませ
happened
ん
during
が
these 10 years. I know it's probably difficult to hear. Yeah, it wasn't great.
別にいいじゃねえか。
Was it though?
ホムラ
まだ生きてんだろ。なら何も終わっちゃいね
Nothing is truly over, so long as you're still alive.
え。10
That's
年
true, we
経って
are
も
alive.
喧嘩は続いてる。ここも横浜も大して変わりゃしね
Fight goes on, even 10 years later. You're basically still in
え。
Yokohama.
記憶をなくした上等じゃねえか。
You lost your memory? Great! Think of it as an opportunity.
仕切り直しだ。喧嘩は最後に勝ちゃいいんだよ。
Chance to start over. Everything's good if you win in the end.
勝ち目がねえほど喧嘩は面白い。てめえもそう
The
思うだろ
harder a fight is, the more fun it is to fight it. You agree, right? Can't just start over so easily. Might be right. We'll win, so it doesn't matter. It's completely agreeing. You might be right.
上等なら戦えよ
I know I'm right. Keep on fighting.
不器用な励ましですね、ホムラ。
You suck at cheering people up, Homura. Optimism to the max.
ざっけんなよ誰が励ましなんざするかよ
Hey, I'm not trying to cheer anyone up.
素直じゃねえ野郎だもっとも言ったことは間違っちゃいねえ
You could try being honest every now and then. You're not wrong, though.
お前は里の者のふになったここが始まりだ鬼と
Now
の
you're a
戦い
slayer
だな
for our village. This is the start of your battle with the Oni.
共に戦ってくれますか？
Will you fight alongside us, Cendril?
ありがとう。
Yes. And relations of a brew. Thank you.
んじゃ俺は寝るぜ火の後始末よろしくな新入り
In which case, I'm off to bed. You put the fire out, newcomer.
ホムラ、皆任務で疲れています。
Homura, everyone is equally worn out.
後始末はあなたがやってください。日頃不真面目な罰です。
You tidy this place up as punishment for not taking things seriously enough.
はあ俺が何したっつうんだよ
Sure, I'll fight alongside you until I get sucked into time again. No promises, you understand. That's true, Eagle. That's true, buddy. What? I didn't do anything.
身に覚えがないと？
You're going to play innocent with me?
ざまねえな
Maybe that'll teach you.
時継ぐ。あなたも一緒にお願いします。一人では危険ですから。
Tokitsugu, you can help him. It's too dangerous for him to do it alone.
って俺もかよ
What? Me too.
ご愁傷さん
Looks like you gloated too soon. Huh. Right. Let's head back to the village. Ready to set out? Before we do, I've got something for the two of you. Something from the professor. Demon hands. So now they both have demon hands. For us? Apparently, more test subjects will make things go faster. She told me to hand them over after the rite of truth.
おいおい
And it's not going to explode again, is it? As long as you don't take them off. There's nothing to worry about. We've been using them without any problems. See? Come on, get them on. Don't say a thing. This is the demon hand? Doesn't look like much of much to me. Good morning, friends. Hey, Professor. Where did that voice come from? It's me. I'm calling you through the demon hand. Professor, can do this too? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. You can also, it also has a communicator. Looks like everyone has received their demon hands. I welcome more users. It's all about her research. Use the demon hand as much as you can. That will help my research advance. Cendril, you tell them both how to use it. I should also mention it will explode if you try to forcibly remove it.
じゃあ、
Handle it with care. Over and out. Oh, gee, thanks, Professor. Yeah, just ellipses. No, perfectly safe as long as you don't try to remove it. Tokitsugu, Cendril, what's this talk about exploding? Ah. Don't get upset. There's all sorts of reasons behind this. Experimentation, you see. Minazuki and Homura can now be included in your party. So now you can bring them along. Right then. Let's head back to the village. There's still a number of things I want to share with you. Fundamentals of a Slayer. Touch a portal stone and you can move to a different portal stone. You can make use of them when, for instance, you want to return to the village. There are also orders you can give to the AI. These allow you to give commands to your allies. You can switch between party members with R1 and L1. You can order them to attack, aid others, roam freely, or follow your lead. So attack is left, free is up, aid others is right, and down is follow your character basically. Anyway, there's the commands. So you can give different commands to each one specifically, or give commands to all of them at once. This is a portal stone. These are stone pillars that let you warp through space. You can move freely to any location containing a portal stone that you've visited before. In this case, you can use this to go straight back to the village. Jump to headquarters lets you play with your friends. But again, all you can do is take missions. With your friends, you can't really free roam out here, which is a shame. I wish they would have let you do the story with friends, but I understand why, because a lot of the times you have a full party of the NPCs and everybody has lines. So that would have messed up some of the story plot points that I've seen so far. But it's still fun to play with your friends and go hunting demons, hunting for materials, trying to get better armor, better gear. It's fun. So we could take that, but instead I'm going to walk so I could show you this. This stone, you see, has a white aura around it. Newbie, aura says veterans around. We have no idea what we're doing. Which is why I'm just keeping them as doing their own thing. You know how each move only has so many uses. So like taunt, now it has 7 uses left. This white stone refills your uses while you're out on the field. You can use them once and then they disappear. Don't worry, when we go back to the village, this will reset. But you can only use it once per time you're out on the field. But they are handy, so keep an eye out. There it is. A mysterious claw. And the NPCs will just fight on their own, and they'll also purify on their own as well. The AI's pretty smart when it comes to fighting, so... Yeah, that is the spear that Benezuki is using. She's using a... actually, she's using a Naginata, I believe. That's a Naginata. And that's how big it will be if you're using it, too. Like I said, the weapons are bigger. You fight deep demons. Not these imps, they're small. There's that. Wanted to show that stuff off. Now I'll take the portals. There are also these. You are picturing strange and ancient symbols in your mind. These are basically history, some things that happen in the history here. But they're fragmented, so you have to find them. They're hidden all over the place. Relics that contain a written record of past civilizations are scattered throughout the land. Touching them causes you to visualize the strange symbols forming these ancient writings. There you go. And they're here in your encyclopedia. I think the guidebook? No. Inscription. There they are. Let's go back to the village. Runes on stones. Fushroda time. I wish. That'd be awesome. Items been delivered to your chest. And we walk back in. Plot. Welcome back, friends. Professor, it's rare to see you in the HQ. I'm here to celebrate the promotion of my assistant. Cendril, you've successfully become a slayer for this village. Woo! Impressive. There's clearly a reason why you were fighting in Yokohama. I've got something for you. A gift? I'm not sure I could take any more gifts from you. Don't worry, this is a nice one. I'm expanding the functions of the Demon Hand. Having you use the Demon Hand has allowed me to progress faster than expected with my research. I found a way to draw out the latent power of a Matama. I call it an evasion skill. Evasion skills are special powers extracted from the Matama within a Slayer's armor. The effects are triggered when certain conditions are met. Their cooldown is reduced if you are attacked.
どういうことですか?
A bit on the nose, don't you think? Yeah, just a little bit. It's an evasion skill. Just a little bit on the nose. But it is really useful. Think of it as a Matama skill that's focused on defense. Demon Hand senses the will of the Matama and reactively activates it in order to protect the user. If you have some Matama set to your equipment, then it will then work when you need it. Since you have access to multiple Matama, you may as well make good use of them. Here, put out your hand. Okay. We now have 2 functions for our Matama, which is different than the first game. This is really cool. So, we know that our weapon has a Matama. It will determine what skills we can use. By the way, we have a new one. I believe this is Control. This is a new one if I remember right. A Matama specializing in summoning Oni to fight for you. You can imbue them with an attribute and a successful ritual of purification, which is the R1, looting them basically, will increase the summon duration. You can summon Follower that will attack Oni, attack the enemy for a limited time. While you're purifying, it will also spin around you and hit things away from you. There is Summon Follower, Summon Striker, which will go and hit the enemy and lower their elemental resist. Also, while you're purifying, it creates a field that negates any elemental attacks from the enemy. So if they're like blowing fire, like the Firehead was. Lastly, the really big one is Summon Bastion. You summon and these Oni look like elemental like balls of elements. You don't summon like an actual like demon or anything, like an imp or something. And this one will just attack any enemy in the area for however long it lasts. Also, if you are holding R1 to purify something, it will move right next to you and attack beside you and attack faster. I haven't played around too much with this. They sound cool and sound like they could be useful. So there's that one. If you like summoning things to help you, this one could be for you. Just keep an eye on your uses. How many uses you have left of each one. You'll probably only want to summon Bastion for the really big stuff, because you only get 2. So we know that's how this works. Whichever one we equip, we will have certain abilities. On the weapon, whatever we put here on the armor will give us a different ability. Now, we can't stack the same one. We can't use this guy for both. We have to choose a different one. We could have both be defense, but they have to be different defensive. They have to be different people. If you put defense on your armor, whenever you receive damage, it will reduce damage for a limited time. All of these will be on a cooldown. After they're used, they are on cooldown, and you'll be able to see the bar when they're there, and you'll be able to see them come back. See when they're ready again, basically. So that's how the defensive one works. You get hit for a limited amount of time, you receive less damage. Hatsu, our control one here, whenever we purify an Oni or a body part, it will summon, if the skill's not on cooldown, it will summon a doppelganger that the enemies can attack. Like I said, it summons a decoy. If the enemies attack it, it makes an explosion that damages any enemies nearby when it was attacked. So it makes a decoy, an explosive decoy. That one's interesting. I personally like the attack skill. The attack one is called Immortal. Whenever we would become incapacitated, so an enemy knocks us out, drops our HP to 0, instead, we continue to stand for a small period of time, which gives us a chance to heal ourselves and not fall down. Pretty useful. But they're all useful, depending just on how you play. If you don't want to go down at all, you can use this skill, Solidarity. It's probably on a shorter cooldown too, if I had to guess. You can summon decoys to help you do additional damage. Or, on a longer cooldown, you can have that one-time escape from death, if you heal yourself in time. Welcome back, Swift. So, you choose one to put on your armor. I'm going to put attack. Something else to note. Although we don't get his skills, we don't have the attack skills, only the one that's on the weapon determines the skills you get. We do get its boost. So we do get attack up. And it will get EXP as well. Now, a lot of these, you can see, are attack. These are attack skills. So they won't work for us. It only works if we had an attack... if we had attack skills. We don't. We have defensive skills. But let's say he had, instead of Might Plus, he had on him Shield Reduce. Even though he's an attack. Like this one has healing, even though it's defense. Let's say he had some defense, even though he's attack. You can put those on and further boost your defensive skills. If it says inactive, it means they don't work, because you don't have access to that ability. We don't have access to these abilities. But Immortal is where he is where he's equipped. Immortal is that defensive skill, so he can make it better. Again, just further going into customization. Which Matama do you equip for your weapon? Now for your armor, which boost do you have on? Do they play off of each other? Again, just further giving you a lot of customization for how you want to play. Cendril, how do you compare Toukiden 1 and 2 so far? 2 is amazing. They took the things in 1. They took the good things from 1. So the playstyle and the Matama are really cool. The boost system. But then they've expanded on everything. Having this armor ability is really awesome. Having these boosts that you equip, that you choose, is awesome. There are more, 2 more weapons. There's more different types of Matama to choose from. A few of the weapons got some new moves. Some of them didn't, sadly. I wish all the weapons would have gotten at least a new move or two. Some didn't. Some of them play exactly like the first game, but that's okay because they still play well. But the story is really awesome in this one. You get more interactions between characters. I'm loving it. Like I said, the boost. The demon hand is awesome. Getting the grappling enemies and stopping some of their powerful attacks if you're fast enough. The really big demons being able to grapple on to like their back and get attacks where you really couldn't in the first game because you can launch yourself up. It's amazing. This game is a big improvement. It's really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying the changes from the first game to this game. So there you go. We're going to go with attack on armor for immortal, and we'll keep the defensive style on for now. That should do it. Access to an evasion skill will aid you with fighting an Oni. Use this power and keep on with the experiment. If this goes well, I'll hopefully be able to draw even more power from Mitama in the future. Well, that sounds promising, doesn't it? Everyone else, come on. I'll set up the same thing for you. Hey, are you sure about this? Success is built on failures, right? This is a little better than human experimentation. But we can now use evasion skills. Right, where to start? Let's go and say hello to Kazu. He's the secretary of all affairs at the Slayer HQ. He'll be the one giving you missions from now on. You may as well have him learn your face. I've already informed him that you passed the rite of truth. We'll be waiting at the blacksmith then. I'll teach you how to make weapons and armor. You won't get anywhere without being able to do that. That's true. Come see me once you've talked to Kazu. Come see my. Should be me. Oh, let me give you one warning. Don't get involved in any of the issues between outsiders and insiders. I've been meaning to ask you about that, actually. Just what are these insiders and outsiders? What, you don't know either? I just kind of drifted in myself. Okay, so they do explain it here. Good. Insiders are those who lived in Slayer villages prior to the awakening. On the other hand, those who lived out normally in the world are called outsiders. And Benezuki talked about during the campfire that they opened up the barriers to let people in after the huge Oni attack, the awakening. The awakening turned many outsiders into refugees. Slayer villages took them in. Maharoba is no different, of course. However, these are two types of people with very different histories. They have deep, almost unconscious grudges. So, in Maharoba, the outsiders are led by the samurai. So if you're an outsider, you lean toward the samurai. You're with the samurai. Whereas insiders are led by the guards. Unfortunately, the two of them are currently quite opposed to each other. They're almost at each other's throats. Which means what? I'm an outsider? It doesn't bother me. Tension has been increasing substantially recently. Starting to smell pretty bad. In other words, just stay out of it. Right, I'll see you at the blacksmith's. Here's Kazu to talk to, but let's do the chain whip training, so I can show you all the moves of the chain whip, the ones I've been The ones I've been missing. It's worse than Hatfield and McCoy's. Think more like, oh, I don't want to get political or anything. But just know they're like, there's a big gap between them. Okay, basic attacks for the chain whip. You can chain up to 4 of them together to form a combo, which I've shown. Hold down square to crack the whip in front of you and leap backwards, and that's also how you blow up the kunai. So trainings will go through all the attacks that they can go through. There's the burning attack, which I've shown. There's throw kunai with triangle. And then you can make them explode. Hold down triangle and then pull, burn, drive. Oh yeah. So they're saying how to do so. There you go. If you hold back when you make them explode, you get a lot of range. You're basically using the explosion to help propel you even further back. No, it's even worse than that, Knight. I'm talking things that go back hundreds of years. And if you just if you don't hold back, you only do the regular jump back. You can get a lot of distance with it. Really puts you out of range of an attack. Okay. Kagura. Swing your whip around to perform a combo attack. You will consume focus during the attack. Attack a body part pierced by a kunai to inflict additional damage. That's it. With the circle button. If they have a kunai in that body part, or for smaller demons, you just have a kunai in them, they take even more damage from this combo. Which you can keep going as long as you have focus. Here we go, Joyce Strike, which can help you leap up. This is the one I was forgetting. So it's square and X for the sights, and then release to wherever you want to. You basically choose the kunai by holding square and X, release them, release square and X to hook the kunai, and then you can either hoist yourself up with square, or you can pull the kunai out, exploding it with X. So, we throw a kunai, like so, lock onto the kunai, hook it, and then choose what we want to do. This works better on the bigger demons. See, there we go. You can leap yourself into the air. There's the explosion. There you go. But yeah, you can use the kunai to leap up a demon, and then now you're in the air, and you can keep attacking while you're in the air. The whip is one of the weapons you can continuously use in the air. A lot of weapons will just send you with like a downward stab, whereas the whip you can just keep attacking, like it shows here. Need a kunai. That's what this training is, and then whip attack while you're in the air. The whip is really neat. So let's go leap again, and then use triangle, where you can throw more kunai in midair, as it shows there, and you can throw a bunch of kunai in midair. See, now we have a bunch of kunai attached. Then you can have them all explode. You can also chain kunai. So we can... Oops, I didn't want to explode them. So we get for holding back. Leap, and then you can do it again while you're in midair. It's hard to do with this demon because he's a smaller demon. But you could basically climb your way up. You just use your kunai as a ladder. The last training mission is the same for each and every single one, which is this destroyer attack, which is square and circle. You already know how it works. It will take off a large Oni body part in one go. Or if it's a smaller Oni, it'll just destroy them. So it's set our weapon gauge to max. Again, the weapon gauge is right beside where it says defense, Cendril, has my HP and all that. When that is blinking, it shows the weapon you're using, and when that gauge is blinking, you can use it. Now we'll keep it full for this tutorial. The interesting thing about this Slayer move, and then you can free battle, and the enemy will actually move itself, is when you use the Destroyer move, it will explode the kunai, doing even more damage. There's that. Cendril, will you be uploading these to YouTube? I haven't decided. Do you all think, chat, people would be interested in seeing this on YouTube? If I do, I'm just going to post the whole stream, because I'm currently editing Final Fantasy VII. You know, having to cut those up into episodes. So if I post it to YouTube, I'm just going to post the entire stream for people to watch. But yeah, I can do that so people can check it out. Do it. Well, the girlfriend has spoken, so it will happen. So I'll do that. Again, I'll just post the entire stream. Wouldn't mind a full LP. If people keep watching, like, we got a lot of viewers. Thank you all for watching. Those of you that are just lurking, checking it out. I hope you've had a lot of fun. You know, if you don't want to talk, I understand. Some people don't want to talk and chat. I understand, but I hope you're having a lot of fun and enjoying Toukiden. We'll be doing more story and things like that. I'll be going. People keep showing up and watching. I'll do the entire story. We'll go through it. I might do some grinding off screen, just on my own time in between streams, just because I enjoy playing the game. But I'll not do story. I'll leave the story for the stream. I have that separate play file, so I might just use that for my own thing. But yeah, we can do that. I can show off the story, and I think that'll be fun. It's already past. For those of you that are new here and watching, I usually stream 3 hours. This is a little extra, just because I feel like we haven't done a lot here because there was a lot of tutorial and initial plot. These type of games, people kind of have to be in the mood sometimes, though. Yeah, I know. Like, I was really afraid that people wouldn't be watching, so I'm glad that there are people here watching. Let me just go ahead and say the next stream and stuff for those of you that are interested. Please follow the channel if you want to see more Toukiden 2, because I'll be streaming this. So if you want to see more Toukiden 2, please follow the Twitch channel. Click the follow button. It would be great. I'd really appreciate it. I stream 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, usually 2 to 5. Again, sometimes I go a little over, like I am today. If you follow, you'll get the thing. Also, follow me on Twitter. It's Cendril89, same as the channel, because I always post on there before I start streaming. And don't worry, I don't post too much more other than that. I've been talking about a Kickstarter called Wed-Fri Arc. It ends in like 2 days, sadly. So, but you can check it out as well, because that's the only other thing I've been talking about on Twitter. Most of the things I put on Twitter is just when I'm about to stream, so you don't have to worry about a bunch of spam or anything from me. I always post like half an hour to an hour before I start streaming, so I do that. And I stream typically, what the schedule has been is Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I take Tuesday off because that's the one day I get to go out and hang out with friends, because they're all off that day. So I take that day off. I still post LPs and stuff on Twitter, but I don't stream that day. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to see more Toukiden 2, so obviously the next stream will be Wednesday, and I'll go ahead and post this on YouTube. Before I end the stream, I will want to show off. Well, maybe not the Demon Hand basics, because I don't remember if it goes over something we haven't gotten yet. Let me know, those of you in chat. I've already pulled a few of you, but if you'd be interested in seeing me just go through the trainings, we can do that like at the beginning of the next stream. That way you all get a feel for each weapon. Each weapon plays quite a bit differently. Like, they all have certain special abilities about them that are really interesting. The chain whip is really cool though. LP's on Twitter, I believe you mean YouTube. Yeah, LP's on YouTube. Sorry. I misspeak, it happens. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this stream. Next time, I might start with the training, so we'll do some of that, and then we'll get right back into the story. So let me make sure I save. The game does have autosave, but I also like to manual save, just in case. And I hope all of you have had a lot of fun with this initial stream of Toukiden 2. We'll get more story, and there'll be more battles. We'll start to see bigger demons next episode. Or next stream. So if you're waiting to see the bigger stuff, you gotta taste at the very beginning that really large demon. Well, we'll start to face bigger and bigger demons as we go through, and it'll be a lot of fun. We'll get different armor, different weapons, different things like that. I hope you enjoyed the chain whip as well. It's a lot of fun. I'll switch to the bow for the next few fights, so look forward to that. Again, Wednesday. Until then, all of you, whether you were just watching and lurking, or chatting, regardless, I hope all of you had a lot of fun and really enjoyed this. Until the next stream, I'm Cendril 9. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.